Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ruby Tarot. I truly appreciate each and every one of you for always following and supporting this channel. The very moment you come across this video is the precise moment that is aligned for you to receive its message. On this channel, I always bring forth messages about the things that are about to unfold in your life. When you open your heart to receive and place your trust in the positive, you are, in that very act, connecting with a parallel world, a realm where your wishes have already come true. Today, through this reading, I wish to help you open the door to the possibilities that lie ahead, supporting you on your journey to embrace love and manifest the desires that dwell deep within your heart. The theme of today's reading is, what will your near future hold? So, let us step into this journey together right now. I have chosen 3 cards, corresponding to Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Listen closely to your intuition and select the card that draws you in the most. Once you've made your choice, simply click on the timestamp in the description to go straight to your reading. And now, let us begin this session with those of you who have already made your selection. Hello to all of you who have chosen Pile 1. Thank you for your patience, and now I will begin the reading dedicated to those who selected this pile. My hope is that this reading will bring you healing, fresh insights, and moments overflowing with love. With the theme, what will your near future hold? I will first draw a central card to act as the very core of the entire message. And here it is. A truly beautiful card has revealed itself, a card that speaks of fulfillment, satisfaction, and deep contentment. This is a card carrying an immensely positive energy. It tells me that in the time ahead, you are going to achieve important milestones. This could be the completion of a long-pursued goal, a significant self-upgrade, a step into a higher realm of your potential, or the beginning of a more mature, steady, and self-assured phase in your life. The energy of this card seems to whisper that the persistent efforts you have devoted over time, all the silent determination you have carried, the endeavors you have poured your full focus and heart into, now are ready to step out into the light, gradually becoming visible, acknowledged, and recognized by others. When you radiate that light, there will be people around you, colleagues, friends, partners, or even new connections, who will be drawn to you, actively seeking you out. They might come to collaborate, to support you, or simply because they feel the value and energy you carry. For some of you, once you reach this significant turning point, you will find the opportunity to step onto an entirely new stage, whether that's a new chapter of life, a new working environment, or even a new place to live. This shift may come in the form of a spiritual turning point, where you feel an inner call to renew your mindset, or as a tangible change, such as relocating, changing environments, or embarking on a completely different journey. No matter how it unfolds, the message remains crystal clear. All the experiences you have gathered and all the foundations you have built in the past have now become a solid launching pad, propelling you forward into the next step of your path. And what is particularly remarkable here is that your energy at this moment has already taken on a clear and well-defined shape, your worldview, your individuality, the foundational framework within you. All of these have matured and come into full form. Because of this, you are now becoming a focal point that naturally draws the attention of those around you. In this reading, the Lady card representing you has appeared, and it serves as a confirmation that, for many of you, you have already begun to realize this, to recognize your own position, your value, and the unique magnetism that you carry. Right now, the things you are pouring your heart into, the pursuits you are tirelessly chasing, the passions you are completely immersed in, they are beginning to bloom like radiant flowers in full glory. You are starting to see that what you are nurturing is not merely a project, a goal, or a task, but an embodiment of vitality, of passion, and of the talent that flows within you. There are also people around you who, upon witnessing that light and allure, come to recognize your distinctive charm and feel compelled to draw nearer. In fact, the number of such people will continue to grow in the days ahead, much like butterflies irresistibly drawn to the fragrance of a flower in full bloom. Within that current of energy, you will begin to find or be met with relationships marked by deep harmony, where both sides can place their trust in one another and share a steadfast support. This could be a companion, a collaborator, or someone who plays the role of a pillar for you, offering both emotional and practical reinforcement, helping you feel grounded and secure enough to keep moving forward. And in this particular reading, the Rider card, positioned at the very center, where it serves to capture the essence of the present, makes its presence known. This is truly striking, for it reveals that your core energy at this moment is infused with a spirit of readiness to move ahead, yet at the same time, it reflects with great clarity all that surrounds you. The cards positioned close to the writer are also ones carrying significant meaning, and together they weave a story, one that is asking to be listened to with full attention. At this moment, you may still be holding a clear goal in your heart, or perhaps you are directing yourself toward a cherished dream, or there may be someone you see as your spiritual anchor. Yet at the same time, I can also sense that many of you feel the path ahead is still lined with significant challenges, walls that stand in your way, making it difficult at times to truly break through. These could be unexpected issues that have suddenly arisen, or obstacles that have long been there, and now you find yourself wondering, how do I break past this barrier? Some of you may be in the process of searching, contemplating different possibilities, as though maneuvering to find an opening within the labyrinth of challenges that surrounds you. Even so, the energy of this reading also carries a hopeful signal. The beginnings of a clue, an idea, or a breakthrough solution are starting to emerge. For some of you, this idea may have already revealed itself, and you might have felt that sudden moment of clarity. I know exactly what I need to do now. But for those of you who still feel uncertain, who sense that you have yet to find the key that can shift your current circumstances, the reading wants to emphasize something deeply important. These cards are telling me that the key to breaking free from the stalemate does not lie in gathering every single piece of information possible, but rather in learning how to choose with discernment. You need to focus only on the information that is truly necessary, genuinely useful, and capable of bringing hope back into your heart. Let go of the clutter, discard the excessive, the negative, or anything that does not directly serve the path you are walking. For it is within those pieces of information that inspire you and reignite hope where the code to your solution will be hidden. The very key that will unlock the door before you, guiding you smoothly and securely into the next chapter of your journey. I can sense very clearly right now that you should distance yourself from words, information, or opinions from others that only serve to pull your motivation down, weigh your spirit with heaviness, or drain the inspiration from your heart. Instead, choose consciously and intentionally to filter, to receive only those pieces of information, those words of advice, or even the smallest of signs that, when you hear them or take them in, make you feel, this is good. This could help me find a solution, or this excites me. This gives me more energy to keep going. Anything that can lift your spirits and spark your inspiration at this time is something to be cherished and kept close. For it is precisely these positive sources that will help you maintain your forward momentum and guide you toward an opening in your current situation. Here, I also see the appearance of the anchor card, together with the mouse, the dog, and the lily. This combination carries a deeply layered meaning. The anchor symbolizes stability, steadfastness, and a clear sense of direction. The mouse is often a sign of loss, erosion, or small worries, yet when paired with the dog, a symbol of loyalty, support, and trustworthy connections. It shows that you will find a way to address these troubles or minor concerns with steadfast resolve and with the help of someone who stands by you. The lily here is a sign of serenity, harmony, and a beauty of a spiritual nature, indicating that you will not only achieve tangible results, but also create balance, nurture harmonious relationships, and build a firm foundation of trust with those around you. This is truly something beautiful and deeply worthy of being treasured. Regarding the timeline, I see a progression that is quite distinct. The first card represents the first month, the second card corresponds to the second month, the third to the third month, and the fourth to the fourth month, serving as reference points for you to envision the journey ahead. When these are combined with the fulfillment card that appeared earlier, the picture becomes much clearer. You will achieve an accomplishment, reach a goal, or turn a dream into reality. This is not merely about completing something you have been anticipating. It is about arriving at an outcome that fills you with deep, genuine satisfaction, a sense of wholeness and contentment that rises from the very core of your being. The message of this reading reveals that the entire path you are walking right now is, in truth, the journey toward that very result, like a long-distance run where the finish line is no longer far away. The moment when the result begins to reveal itself, according to the cards, comes around next month, which means it is only a short time from now. And when that moment arrives, I see you immediately setting something new into motion, beginning a fresh journey, almost as if reaching this first milestone is simply the preparation for stepping into an even greater stage ahead. The image of the sun card also emerges, and this is an incredibly powerful sign. It is the light of success, of fulfillment, of clarity, and of feeling illuminated and recognized. It underscores that the goal will be reached, the dream will be realized, not as something vague or distant, but as a tangible, radiant, and well-deserved achievement. The kind that fully honors every ounce of effort and dedication you have poured into this journey for so long. I also see another message coming through with striking clarity. You will find yourself able to face everything with a lighter heart, a spirit filled with more light. It is as though the sky of your inner world will open up, becoming clearer and brighter, allowing you to see all things through a more positive lens, whether this pertains to love, work, or any area you are presently focusing on and investing so much of your energy into. The cards reveal that this shift will bring you a sense of ease, a renewed confidence as you step forward on your path. Over the course of the next month, the most prominent message is that you will overcome a mountain, symbolically, conquering a major challenge or break through a wall that has held you back for a long time. This will not be a solitary breakthrough. There is a presence of support accompanying you. I see that you will no longer remain so deeply withdrawn in introspection as you may have been before, but instead will be ready to step outward, to express yourself, to connect more openly. You may find yourself proactively receiving and processing multiple streams of information or unhesitatingly seeking help from others. At the same time, the reading shows that this assistance will not only come from those you actively reach out to, but also from unexpected sources, people who find their way to you on their own, offering their help. This is further reinforced when we recall the presence of the Rider, a card that inherently carries the energy of something advancing toward you from the outside. It symbolizes the arrival of assistance, of tangible support, or of beneficial news and messages that will help you untangle the knots of your current situation. Because of this is a time when you will be receiving not only valuable information, but also practical, concrete aid. And within these currents of information and help, there will appear one pivotal element, the very key that will allow you to overcome the challenge and open a new path ahead. As I mentioned earlier, the solution or the way forward will come from knowing how to filter, from finding the sources of information that are truly aligned with you and that can reignite your drive. When that happens, you will be able to form a clear course of action, a steadfast belief in yourself, and from there, spread your wings to rise higher. This is the flow of the first month, a month of breakthrough and the dawn of a new cycle. To gain deeper clarity for this first month, I drew an additional card to illuminate the present situation, and what appeared was the Devil. This reveals that within your current environment, there are still forces at play that bind, control, or challenge you on a psychological level. It may be temptation, a relationship that is difficult to break free from, or an environment that carries heavy, oppressive energy. The Devil here serves as a reminder that, in order to truly step out of this phase, you must clearly identify the chains that hold you, understand where they originate, and then summon the courage to cut them loose or transmute them entirely. When you do this, the doorway into a new energy will open wider than ever before. I can feel strongly that, when I drew further to clarify the Devil, a vivid image emerged. There is someone with an intensely passionate energy directed toward you. This person may appear in the context of love, but it could also be within a social or professional relationship. The common thread is that they hold a powerful focus on you and exert a significant influence. It feels as though they are deeply drawn to you, but at the same time, this energy is not entirely gentle. It carries a quality of control, weight, or emotional pressure that keeps you preoccupied. When I continued drawing, the Rider appeared, but in reverse. In the Lenormand system, the Rider typically symbolizes forward movement, good news, opportunity, or support. In reverse, however, it suggests that this forward flow is blocked, delayed, or transformed in a way that leans toward the negative. This makes me think that there may be someone or a situation in your life right now acting like a headwind, not directly fueling your momentum, but instead, at times, dampening your spirit or leaving you feeling unsettled and uncertain. For example, you may be wholeheartedly devoted to pursuing your dream, yet this person might plant seeds of doubt, offer words of denial, or stir up worries in your mind that cause you to hesitate. Or perhaps it is not a person, but a specific problem, a relationship, or a particular situation that keeps you trapped in a cycle of overthinking, making it difficult for you to break free and move forward. It is as if there is a knot that has yet to be untangled, and this very knot is slowing the pace of your progress. What is particularly striking is that the Rider appears in the center, indicating that this influence is directly impacting you. It is not merely an external matter. It has already seeped inward, affecting your energy and emotional state in a clear and tangible way. Because of this, I drew further cards to see how this situation might unfold. The message that came through suggests that many of you will be able to resolve this matter within a relatively short time frame, most within a month, and for quite a number of you, even within a single week. This means it is not a never-ending cycle that will drag on indefinitely, but rather a challenge that can be dealt with swiftly once you recognize it and take the right action. When I asked more specifically about the nature of the shift, the card that appeared was the Eight of Cups in reverse. In this position, it often signifies being unable or unwilling to leave a situation, relationship, or environment, even when you know it no longer brings the benefit, peace, or fulfillment it once did. It reflects the tension between the desire to move forward and the pull of what is familiarity that, even if accompanied by attachments or negativity, still exerts a magnetic hold over you. This shows that in order to resolve the issue and free yourself from the influence of the energy that has been holding you back, you will need to face one essential question head on. What is it that is keeping me here, and why have I not yet let go? Once you can answer that question with full honesty, you will hold the key to stepping through, and in that moment, everything will begin to shift far more quickly than you might expect. I sense that while these two cards carry somewhat similar meanings, when placed within the flow of today's reading, the energy they reveal is very clear. You may have to continue coexisting with and living alongside this issue or this inner concern for a while longer, rather than being able to immediately walk away or sever ties completely. It feels as though breaking free from it at this present moment is quite challenging, not yet entirely feasible. If we place this in the context of love, this could point to a situation where you feel it is difficult to part from someone. The bond, the emotions, or the ties between you are still too deep. In the realm of work, this could be a scenario where you have considered leaving your current job many times, but when you look at the reality, you have yet to find a clear direction, a defined path to exit, and so you remain caught in a state of hesitation, trapped between your desire and the current circumstances. The energy of the card also brings forth the image of a mindset where you might be telling yourself, perhaps I will just have to face it, accept living with it, maybe there's no other way. It is a feeling that is half resignation, half acceptance. Yet, I also sense that not everyone is truly at peace with this choice of acceptance. Some of you will feel, no, I cannot simply resign myself to this, I want to find a way to change things. And because of that, I drew another card to shed more light on the matter. The next message reveals that these worries and lingering concerns will be resolved. The situation will become clearer, the fog will lift, and the heaviness will dissipate. At the end of the spread, the mouse and the anchor appear together, a very distinctive and meaningful combination. The mouse is traditionally a symbol of depletion, quiet anxieties, and the things that slowly gnaw away at you, but when paired with the anchor in the final position, it instead signifies that these worries will be dealt with, replaced by stability, firmness, and a clear sense of direction. In other words, you will find a secure point of grounding, a definitive decision, and the unsettled feelings within your heart will fade away. To shed more light on this, I drew from the Angel Answers deck and received a message that was direct and unmistakable. Yes, a strong, resounding affirmation. The message here is that someone will come into your life to confirm, to support, and to strengthen your spirit. This may be a person who says to you, you're doing well. Everything right now is okay. The way you're thinking, the way you're feeling, it's all valid and completely right. This person will be like a reassuring hand placed on your shoulder, radiating warmth and safety, allowing you to truly trust yourself. As for timing, the energy of the reading points with notable clarity to the possibility of this happening within the next 4 days, or around the 4-day mark. The appearance of the birds card here is also deeply striking. It shows you as the one who is actively receiving, opening your heart to welcome these words, this support, or this message. This is a sign that you will not only hear affirmation from another person, but will also feel it resonate deeply within you, bringing peace and a renewed sense of strength as you continue along your chosen path. And I can feel it very clearly. The card is showing that you will receive a powerful source of motivation, as if someone is standing just behind you, gently yet firmly placing their hand on your back, urging you to move forward. This push is not one of pressure, but rather a warm, steady, and empowering encouragement. The image of the bird's card also appears, and this is a sign of information, messages, or communication. The energy suggests that around 4 days from now, or possibly around the middle of the month, you will receive good news, a message that makes you feel strengthened, uplifted, and encouraged to keep going. This will hold true even for those of you listening to this reading at a time other than when I recorded it. The energy will still reach you, and the moment you receive this news will likely fall around 4 days after you encounter this message. This news may come from the person you currently have in mind, a specific individual occupying your thoughts, or it could come from someone close to you within your circle of relationships. Whoever it is, The energy shows that they will bring you a message, take an action, or give you a sign that feels as if they are saying, "I believe in you, keep moving forward." I drew further to understand more about the nature of this contact, and just as my intuition first suggested, it carries the tone of support, encouragement, and emotional uplift. This is the kind of energy that propels you forward in a truly positive way. The Lily card appears, and this signifies that this person shares many similarities with you. This likeness is not only an outward appearance, but also in the essence that emanates from within a resonance in soul, temperament, feelings, and even in overall demeanor. They carry a scent that is remarkably pleasant. It could be a literal fragrance or simply the comforting, serene aura they exude. The energy also reveals that their age is around 30 or somewhere close to that range. At first, my perception leaned more toward a feminine presence, but when I drew additional cards, the image became clearer. The Bear card emerges, and I recall this card having appeared before, emphasizing that this person has a very strong protective instinct. They will stand in front of you as a shield, ensuring your safety both emotionally and mentally. This card also evokes the image of a sturdy, strong physique, possibly even muscular, radiating a sense of stability. When I inquired again about gender, the energy allowed for openness. They could be male, and if they are, they embody a form of deep, nurturing love reminiscent of maternal care, warm, compassionate, and driven by a genuine desire to protect and look after others wholeheartedly. This is the kind of person who doesn't just speak promises, but follows through with actions, ensuring that you feel secure and empowered. Their presence in your life during this period is truly a blessing and carries a profoundly positive influence. They will make you feel that you have not chosen the wrong path, that everything you are doing and feeling is aligned and moving in the right direction. You will come to realize that you can continue forward with the same spirit and emotions you hold now, knowing that there is a solid, unwavering support standing right behind you, ready to lift you whenever you need it. If placed in the context of love, this energy feels like a gentle yet affirming whisper saying, "Yes, it turns out that everything all this time has truly been moving in the right direction. I am still fine. I don't need to rush to change anything." Whether this is about matters of the heart or any other area of life, the core message remains the same. You will receive a form of information or support arriving at exactly the right moment, like a steady yet tender hand guiding you forward. From this source of motivation, a strong inner faith will begin to take root within you, a deep steadfastness, a clear set of values, or a way of perceiving situations that becomes solid and no longer easily swayed. Yet, I also notice the image of the mountain in the spread, and so I draw more cards to see the energy of the first month more clearly. The mountain is not merely a symbol of difficulty or challenge. It also represents goals, dreams, and the things that demand effort to climb toward. As I pull further, the Four of Swords appears, a card that shows that in the coming month, or even within the next week, you will enter a phase that requires patience and sustained effort. This may be a time when you have to summon all your strength, channeling much of your focus into what you are pursuing, or enduring with persistence through a particularly challenging stretch. At the same time, the card suggests there will be moments when you need to pause, to rest, and to restore your energy, because if you keep pushing forward relentlessly without reprieve, you may find yourself drained. The interesting thing about this card's energy is that it does not end in weariness. The spread makes it clear what you once thought might be nearly impossible to overcome or feared you might not have the strength for will in the end be something you manage to conquer. You will find yourself standing on the other side of that mountain, looking back and realizing just how you made your way across it. The key point here, the very thing that serves as the key to enabling you to do this, is granting yourself a period of private time, separated from distractions. If this advice does not resonate, you can set it aside, but the energy of this spread truly encourages it. Try to minimize the intake of information from social media or other outside sources, especially those that could cause you to waver, feel unsettled, or slip into negative thinking. Instead, protect your mental space. Nurture your mind with things that bring you peace, calm, and balance. Another crucial element is sleep. Allow both your body and your mind to rest fully. It is within these moments of stillness that you will be able to restore your strength, maintain mental clarity and steadfastness, so that when you return, you are ready to move forward without feeling that the mountain ahead is so daunting anymore. This can be applied at any time of day, whether it is midday, morning, or night, so long as you grant yourself the permission to rest and enjoy restorative sleep. And if you are someone who feels that sleep does not always come easily, simply closing your eyes can already have an effect. Sight is a sense that endures constant and intense stimulation, so sometimes just keeping your eyes closed for 5 minutes can bring notable relaxation to both body and mind. I once heard a friend, someone who regularly wears glasses, share that while glasses are meant to adjust light and assist vision, wearing them continuously can in fact cause considerable strain to the eyes. Of course, contact lenses are no less taxing, often leaving the eyes feeling tense and dry. Giving yourself even just 5 minutes to remove them and allow your eyes to rest can bring a tangible difference, a lightness and ease that you can feel. That is why you could use this as a small yet meaningful form of self-care, giving your body a moment to truly relax. Alongside this, preparing your sleeping environment is also important. You might use an eye mask to block out light, or introduce scents that make you feel calm and safe, such as essential oils or a fragrance diffuser. These small details contribute to creating an ideal atmosphere for deep and complete sleep. I may be speaking through this part a bit quickly, but that is because I sense strongly that you will truly benefit from putting these practices into action, not merely as suggestions, but because they genuinely bring about a positive and tangible impact. The Sun card appears in the position representing the second month, and this reveals that you are someone with an unwavering spirit of effort, perhaps the kind of person who is so busy that there is barely any time to rest, always attentive, always tending to many things at once. I will draw another card, and the Ten of Pentacles emerges, truly wonderful. This card shows that the final outcome will most certainly be worthy of everything you have invested. From the very first card, I could already feel this energy, and now it is confirmed once more. You already possess for yourself a strong, stable foundation, achievements, and experiences patiently accumulated over time. Like a precious treasure you have worked diligently to build, and these very treasures will continue to support you in moving forward. I can sense very clearly here that you hold a deep sense of trustworthiness, not only from those around you, but also from the very person you are thinking about. They trust you, and more importantly, you yourself carry a core of values, a belief, a solid inner compass that serves as your guiding star. Even if you hear this and think, no, I don't think I'm quite like that, I still hope you receive this message as a gift the cards wish to give you. You truly are trusted. The achievements you have created are real. They have been and are continuing to be built over time. And because of that, your foundation is strong, difficult to shake or bring down. This card also points to bonds that are hard to break, deeply rooted connections, or even the image of a significant step forward in your career. You may be on the verge of a promotion or stepping into a more important position. Because this is the Ten of Pentacles, it is also closely tied to themes of finances, material stability, and abundance, so the message becomes even clearer that you will experience advancement or see tangible, remarkable results manifest in your external world. What you have nurtured, developed, and disciplined yourself to achieve all this time will begin to bear fruit, and this is not a fleeting stroke of luck, but the natural result of having built for yourself a steadfast, enduring foundation. Therefore, if you are now pursuing a specific goal or giving your all toward a dream or a heartfelt wish, the cards are affirming that there will most certainly be tangible results. You can rest assured, for your efforts will not be in vain. Now, I want to look more deeply into the second month. It is truly remarkable that the very first card to appear for this stage is the Sun, a sign of immense strength and positivity. I sense that there is a major goal, a significant milestone, that you will conquer within the very first month. And from that turning point, you will step into a new phase, beginning to chart out a fresh goal for the span of the year ahead. This could take the form of the image of the person you wish to become, the life state you long to attain, or a kind of connection, a relationship you wish to deepen and nurture into something more profound and fulfilling. These visions will become your new guiding star, and you will pour your whole heart into running toward them in the time following the second month. The energy here is truly extraordinary. I can feel so clearly that this is a time when you may embark on a new journey tied to learning, research, or even enrolling in a program to earn a certificate or qualification. It is also possible that you will encounter someone who can serve as your compass, a role model, a figure you genuinely admire, someone whose example inspires you to follow in their footsteps. And then, over the course of the coming year, you will devote your energy to gradually elevating yourself, stepping up to a higher rung, moving into a new phase, a new arena, perhaps even a world entirely different from the one you inhabit now. This is a deeply positive transformation, one that will open the door to fresh experiences and exciting opportunities. Moreover, the second card to appear is the Book. This signals that a significant milestone, a concrete achievement, is on the horizon. Looking at the progression, I see that this point in time falls around 3 months from now. For those of you who at present do not have a clearly defined marker, this may be the phase when the new endeavors you have recently set in motion begin to bear fruit. Especially in the autumn, I can see quite clearly a meaningful accomplishment emerging, marking the successful beginning of your path. And the wonderful thing is that from that moment onward, the cards reveal a series of highly positive signs unfolding one after another. I see you as someone who does not remain in place. You are always moving upward, always seeking ways to improve yourself, always changing in order to move forward. You are like a person who continuously elevates, climbing new steps without ever allowing yourself to stand still. There is a strong sense that you are the type who, upon achieving one goal, immediately turns your eyes toward the next, never content with what you already have. Because of this, you receive deep respect and recognition from those around you. They admire not only your capability, but also your relentless spirit of growth. And I feel that, rather than focusing on uplifting someone else, you choose to invest in your own advancement. You always view yourself as your greatest rival, constantly challenging yourself, setting new standards to surpass, almost as if you and the version of yourself from yesterday are in an ongoing race to become better, stronger. I sense here a powerful current of inner determination. No matter how the eyes of others may turn toward you, with their judgments, their expectations, deep within, you hold firmly to the truth that you are yourself and, more importantly, that you absolutely refuse to lose to your own self. You carry a silent vow never to let the version of you from yesterday outshine the version you are today. It is the feeling of someone who has made themselves their greatest competitor, someone who continually pushes their own limits in order to grow. If this resonates with you, take it in, and if not, simply keep what feels right for you. I felt there was something here that needed to be explored more deeply, so I drew additional cards for this area. The card that emerged was the Moon. This card reveals that, even as you are on your journey toward a new goal, there will still be moments when you find yourself caught in feelings of uncertainty, worry, or even fear. At times, shadows may creep into your mind, stirring up old doubts or resurfacing past wounds. Yet, the message here is crystal clear. You have within you the ability to cut away those fears, to rise above the negative thoughts, and to liberate yourself from the memories or past pains that once held you back. Following that, the Path card appears. This instantly brings to mind the image of starting something new or stepping into a higher level, like in a game. When you've just cleared one stage, the next stage presents a tougher boss, one that forces you to prepare more thoroughly in order to win. In the same way, when you upgrade yourself and aim for a new goal, there will inevitably be challenges and obstacles that demand your full effort to overcome. Not every road is straight and smooth, but the cards emphasize that even when facing fear, hesitation, or unexpected barriers, you still have the strength to get through them and keep moving forward. Then, the Letter card appears, a wonderfully comforting sign. This card indicates that someone will come forward to support you, offering help right when you need it most, or even taking on some of your worries and mental burdens. And when the letter is paired with the sickle, a symbol of harvesting, the message becomes even clearer. Someone will arrive to help you cut away those anxieties, to lift the weight from your shoulders, and in doing so, they will make your path feel far lighter and far more open, allowing you to move ahead with ease and clarity. I see here, very clearly, a message about you stepping onto a new stage, moving into an entirely different phase, or beginning a journey toward an important goal you have set for yourself. However, if you feel this part has not quite touched you yet, I will draw further to clarify exactly what it is you are moving toward. As I continue to draw, the cards reveal a message that could not be clearer. There will be a harvest of results. This is not merely about positive progress. It is about achieving your goal in its entirety, completing a chapter, and seeing a concrete, tangible outcome. Then, the Child card appears. This imagery immediately evokes the energy of new beginnings, of a curious, eager-to-learn spirit, of the passionate drive to explore and test yourself. The Child also represents a willingness to take on challenges, the courage to step into unfamiliar territory with an open heart and enthusiasm. I can feel so strongly that this is the moment for you to pursue something you once longed to do, but, for various reasons, could not begin before. It could be a dream you have cherished for years, an idea that once filled you with excitement, but was set aside due to circumstance. Now, you will have the opportunity to try it, something that in the past you might have thought was unlikely given your current situation. What makes this particularly special is that this challenge will not only bring you a new experience, but it will also help your soul to grow, expanding your own boundaries. It carries a spark of exhilaration, the kind that makes your heart race whenever you think about it, urging you to step outside your comfort zone. And although there may be moments along the way when uncertainty, hesitation, or anxiety arise, the cards show that you will receive support from someone ready to assist, to walk alongside you, or to offer you the emotional strength you need to keep moving forward. Furthermore, the season of autumn emerges as a significant milestone, a turning point where the seeds you have sown begin to bear fruit and beautiful results start to manifest. The presence of the bouquet card and the four-leaf clover card reinforces the message of joy, good fortune, and unexpected gifts that will find their way to you, blessings that seem to arrive like sweet surprises wrapped in the warmth of destiny. Moving into the second month, the fox card appears. This card immediately calls to mind the imagery of refinement, grace, and an almost magnetic standard of beauty and allure, something reminiscent of a model who captures attention effortlessly. This energy speaks of a special charm, an irresistible pull that radiates from you. As I drew further to clarify, the message became evident. This is about polishing and elevating yourself. From the very beginning, the cards have spoken of upgrades, of ascending to new heights, and now the narrative becomes even clearer. You will not only enhance your skills or social standing, but you will also make yourself shine brighter, more captivating, more dazzling in the eyes of others. From the Angel Answers deck, the Take Action card came forth, a powerful affirmation that this is your golden window to step forward with intention, to move decisively, without hesitation, and to pursue with confidence what your heart yearns for. It is truly remarkable that this spread presents a sequence of cards infused with night-like energy, as though the universe is underscoring this message for you again and again. The Take Action card is here to remind you that the very challenges you are about to embrace and step into will be the sharpening stones that refine you further. This transformation will not be confined to the depths of your inner world. It will extend to your outer self as well, elevating your presence and physical appearance. You may find people around you drawn to approach you, to express admiration, appreciation, and heartfelt encouragement. And all of this will unfold because you will indeed be shining more brilliantly, radiating more vividly, becoming a light others are naturally drawn to, eager to connect with and be near. Not only will your outer appearance be elevated, but the beauty within you will also begin to reveal itself more vividly, radiating in a way that others cannot help but notice. I can feel so clearly a powerful surge of motivation igniting within you. It is as if your energy and passion are reaching their peak, brimming to the point of overflowing. And it makes me wonder, what has sparked this sudden, irresistible drive? I sense it may be connected to the influence of the Moon card, a card that often stirs the depths of hidden emotions, internal shifts, and the tides of the subconscious. Then, the Ship card appears, an image that speaks of movement, of journeys taken both in the literal and symbolic sense. This leads me to believe that perhaps it is a shift, a transformation, or a conscious decision to embark on a new direction that has fueled this surge of momentum within you. Following this, I draw the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Upright, this card carries the energy of fulfillment, abundance, and the lofty flower that everyone admires from afar. But when reversed, its message shifts. It speaks of turning inward, of recognizing and honoring yourself not for an image of outward perfection, but for embracing the entirety of who you are, including the aspects you once deemed not good enough. Here, I see that the efforts you have poured in over the past, whether in your work, in your journey of self-growth, or in the way you have trained your mind, are now beginning to bear tangible fruit. It is not only the skills you have mastered or the knowledge you have gathered that will serve you. Your life experiences, your perspectives, and the philosophies you have cultivated over the years will also find their place, shining brightly in this moment. Even those areas where you once lacked confidence, the things you told yourself were weaknesses or shortcomings, will now transform into integral parts of your strength, becoming threads that weave into the unique and magnetic tapestry of who you are. I sense that you are someone with a naturally humble nature, not one to flaunt or overly showcase yourself, and it is precisely because of this that the arrival of someone who truly appreciates, understands, and acknowledges your authentic self will mark a profound turning point in your life. This person will help you realize that even the aspects of yourself you once considered weaknesses, flaws, or shortcomings can, in fact, be seen from another perspective, a perspective rich in value and potential. They will not only recognize these traits, but also guide you in unlocking and transforming them into strengths, turning what you once viewed as limitations into unique qualities that make you stand out even more. Through this process, you will be refined and polished further, gaining deeper insight into how to fully embrace and project your own allure and charm. When you move through this stage, you will come to see that, Even in moments of worry, fatigue, or challenging situations like those symbolized by the Moon card, you will have timely support from the people around you. They will help you stay grounded, persevere, and move forward into a new chapter that is brighter, more stable, and full of promise. This is why your second month carries such an incredibly positive energy, one overflowing with opportunities. Then, I drew another card to gain further insight into your third month, and it was fascinating how the card appeared almost instantly, carrying the message of resolution through peace. I sensed that after 2 months of intensity, challenge, and decisive action, the third month will be a period for you to consciously create a slower rhythm for yourself, a necessary pause that allows you to recover and regain balance. This rest is not only physical, but also a time for your soul to exhale, for you to reflect on how to adjust and reorganize the flow of your life. The message of peaceful resolution here can also have a very tangible meaning. You may have the chance to reconcile and make amends with someone with whom you once had conflict, misunderstanding, or emotional distance. The tension will dissolve and harmony and mutual understanding will be restored. At the same time, it also speaks to your inner world that you will discover new ways of approaching situations with gentleness, reducing pressure on yourself, and learning to adapt your responses so that you do not drain your own energy. This can apply both to your work and to your personal relationships. The third month will be a time when you find yourself asking, how can I continue to stay committed, to keep engaging with this situation or this person without becoming exhausted or overwhelmed? And then you will find your answer, an answer that will guide you toward greater peace, freedom, and serenity along your path. This is a truly intriguing point. I see here the snake card, yet it is entangled in strands of rope, accompanied by the Moon card and a card representing the other person. This energy makes me feel very strongly that the emotional or romantic aspect during this period will be especially prominent, even playing a central role. It opens up a state of love that is rich with feeling, wrapped in a romantic and magnetic atmosphere, where you can immerse yourself in the joy of deep connection with someone. However, precisely because this emotional energy is so strong, if you are someone balancing both work and love, this may be a time when you find yourself drawn more deeply into matters of the heart, perhaps at the expense of your full attention to work or current projects. Instead of devoting your entire focus to professional plans, you may feel a stronger pull toward your relationship, wanting to give more of your time and emotional presence to love. The Fool appears, evoking the image of a new step, but one that carries a subtle sense of caution. I feel the energy here is not fully displayed on the surface, but rather has a quiet, understated quality, as if something is unfolding in secrecy or in a private space. When I drew further to clarify, the image that appeared was that of an adorable manatee resting peacefully, a symbol of softness and deep relaxation. This reinforces the sense that in this phase, you are in a state of temporary pause, unwinding or slowing the pace of your activities. If you have a beloved, the cards suggest a high likelihood of shared private moments, just the two of you together, enjoying a tender, quiet intimacy as though the outside world has been set aside for a while. This is also a time for you to replenish your energy, and I sense that this renewal will very likely be fueled by love itself, by the closeness, the bonding, and the sweet experiences you share in your relationship. Overall, after 2 initial months filled with power, momentum, and constant activity, the third month feels like a gentle pause, a time when you allow yourself to step back, to replenish your energy, to loosen the tension, and to bask in the nourishment of your emotions. Yet, the reverse Knight of Wands appears, carrying the message that your forward momentum may temporarily slow down. For some of you, this could be connected to a relationship evolving into deeper physical intimacy, possibly entering a more passionate, physically connected stage. For those of you focused solely on work, this card instead suggests that you will soon break free from a phase of stagnation or creative block, stepping out of an idea drought and beginning to feel fresh waves of inspiration surging back in, ready to fuel your next stage of creativity and growth. The Moon card paired with the Fish card emerges, and this combination gives me a very vivid sense that during this period, new ideas will be continuously sprouting within you, flowing endlessly. These are not ordinary ideas. They carry a fresh, distinctive quality, unlike anything you have done before. I see you beginning to shape and cultivate unique initiatives, marked by your own signature essence, nurtured from the very depths of your mind and heart. This is the realm of imagination, where you are not only dreaming, but also capable of manifesting things that are entirely new. You will weave these creations into your days alongside moments of rest, allowing yourself to recharge without being swept away by a frantic pace. It is precisely this rhythm that will enable many of you to sustain a healthy balance between love and work. The card of peaceful resolution also appears, showing that you will know how to harmonize all aspects of your life. Yet, I feel very clearly that in this third month, love will take center stage, claiming the greater share of your focus, your attention, and your heart over work. This does not mean that work is being neglected, but rather that you are deeply contemplating how to balance both aspects. You are asking yourself, how can I devote time to love while still staying connected and committed to my work? How can I nurture my personal emotions while also maintaining responsibility and motivation for the projects I am pursuing? Whether in love or in work, you are searching for an approach that allows you to remain engaged for the long term without feeling drained or under excessive pressure. I also drew further to see the state, emotions, and actions of the other person during this third month. While you are in a phase of replenishing your energy, relaxing, and regaining your mental strength, what about them? Interestingly, the card that emerged came cloaked in a deep shade of violet, the color of allure, of a powerful and sensuous energy. This immediately gave me the sense of an intense, almost magnetic pull, to the point where I hesitated for a moment, wondering if I should even verbalize it, because its strength is so vivid and undeniable. This energy suggests that the other person may be feeling a powerful attraction toward you, not only on the level of the soul, but also on a deeper, more instinctive, and profoundly physical level. The snake appears once again, this time accompanied by the moon and the fish, and truly, this combination radiates a powerfully intense and uniquely charged energy. The synergy of these cards gives me a very clear sense that this is a phase in which many of you may easily find yourselves entering a relationship that deepens significantly on a physical level. A moment when attraction and instinctive connection can flare up with remarkable force. It feels as though the cards are speaking directly, saying that this is a time when love and intimacy can progress beyond familiar boundaries, breaking through the ordinary to reach a new, more profound level of closeness and attachment. Moving on to the energy of the fourth month, I see that your person carries a distinct and even strongly amplified emotional energy toward you. Yet, what I truly value here is that if, during this period, you feel unready, whether due to health, physical condition, or simply not being in the right emotional space for romance, this person will still respect your choice. They will know how to take a step back, to listen, and to honor your boundaries without forcing or pressuring you in any way. This reveals a depth of understanding and genuine respect coming from them, a willingness to meet you where you are rather than pushing you where you're not ready to go. When I drew further for the fourth month, the card gather information emerged. This suggests that during this month, you will need to pay special attention to the element of information, not just in the sense of seeking out new knowledge or facts, but in embracing a broader, more comprehensive perspective on matters at hand. At first, I thought this might point to a lack of information on your part, but when I drew further, I realized the situation seems to lean in the opposite direction. It appears you may be inundated with too much information, an overwhelming flood of data and details, to the point where your mind feels strained, overloaded, and unable to process it all with ease. To gain deeper clarity, I drew further, and the King of Wands revealed itself. This tells me that the fourth month will be a period when many people will naturally gravitate toward you, placing their hopes, expectations, and trust in you. The volume of work, tasks, or responsibilities placed upon your shoulders will increase significantly. You will become someone others look to for advice, seek help from, or rely on for guidance and direction. And you are more than capable of meeting those expectations, even though at times the weight of it all may leave you feeling weary or stretched thin. The presence of the scythe also indicates that some of you may receive an appointment, a promotion, or take on a position of greater authority and prestige, one that carries leadership and influence. This is not only an opportunity to demonstrate your abilities, but also a challenge requiring you to skillfully manage your energy, organize and process information efficiently, and maintain your composure amid numerous demands happening all at once. I feel very strongly here that you are standing in a solid, unshakable position, a place from which, no matter the external turbulence or the pressure closing in, it will be difficult for anything to throw you off balance. The cards suggest that regardless of how many requests, expectations, or outside pressures come your way, you have the capacity to address and resolve them fully. This is not solely about your professional skills or personal talents. It speaks equally to your inner strength, your calm presence, and your adaptability. Many will seek you out, place their trust in you, and want to lean on your guidance, especially when it comes to processing information, offering advice, or steering a situation toward resolution. When I drew further to gain clarity on the road and the clouds, the message came into sharper focus. The Hanged Man appeared in reverse alongside the Queen of Wands. This imagery suggests that, should something or someone attempt in the near future to hinder you, to hold you back or slow your forward momentum, a solution and an opening will still reveal themselves. You will find a way to untangle the knots, to turn the situation around, or at the very least, to adjust your mindset and your approach so that you do not remain trapped. You might choose to confront matters directly and deal with them head-on, or, in certain cases where wisdom calls for it, you may decide to step aside, remove yourself from the situation, and allow it to pass, avoiding being drawn into a spiral of negativity. Whether these challenges arise from a specific person, a relationship, or an unfavorable circumstance, the cards affirm that you have the strength and resourcefulness to either resolve them or sidestep them entirely. Moreover, I drew the tree and the whip, which indicate that you are not only receiving a great deal of attention, but are also attracting many people toward you. The Queen of Wands once again emphasizes your image as a central figure of magnetism, someone who possesses both a powerful personal allure and the ability to inspire and lead. Among those who approach, there may be a few difficult personalities or challenging situations, but the important thing is that you are entirely capable of handling them with confidence and grace. The final message from the cards here is this: you are not only able to maintain your current position, but you also demonstrate, time and again, that you are strong and worthy of the trust others place in you. No matter how complex or tangled the circumstances may become, you will always find a bright, clear path forward, and that, in itself, is the very strength that compels others to admire and respect you deeply. The Page of Swords emerges, and this is a very promising sign. This card often represents individuals who hold steadfast to their will, who remain unwavering in their beliefs and principles, not easily swayed or shaken by external influences. It speaks of a phase in which, after overcoming previous trials, you step into a time where you can truly live and act in alignment with what you genuinely desire. Your clarity in decision-making becomes sharper and more assured. When you encounter something that aligns with you, you will have the confidence to say yes wholeheartedly, and when faced with situations or people that make you feel uneasy, or even with opportunities that might seem tempting but you know deep down are beyond your current capacity or simply not right for you, you will have the strength and discernment to say no without hesitation. Even within the realm of work, you will be able to turn down requests or assignments you recognize as unreasonable or not serving your best interest, maintaining both your integrity and your peace of mind. What is truly heartening is that alongside you stands a trustworthy companion. This could be a romantic partner, a close family member, or a deeply trusted colleague, someone who is always ready to support you, offer wise counsel, bolster your spirit, and walk beside you through life's more challenging stretches. This presence is not merely a casual form of help, but rather a profound source of encouragement and a steadfast anchor, giving you the emotional grounding and strength you need to keep moving forward with confidence and resilience. When I inquired further about the circumstances surrounding you in the 4th month, the 8 of Wands appeared. This card reveals that you will become a focal point of attention, as many people will be drawn toward you of their own accord. The image of Wands soaring in a unified direction feels like a concentrated stream of energy rushing toward you, signaling swift movement, opportunities, or invitations arriving in quick succession. It is not only about the number of these incoming connections, but also about their speed. Everything seems to unfold rapidly, surrounding you with a sense of being immersed in interest, attention, and engagement from multiple directions. I continued to ask why such a dynamic is set to occur, and the Lily card emerged. This confirms that the root cause lies in your innate allure and intrinsic worth. The lily represents beauty, purity, noble qualities, and maturity. You already possess a solid foundation and remarkable attributes, but when you devote time and energy to your own growth, refining your focus and committing to your goals, that brilliance becomes even more radiant. So much so that others can't help but notice and be drawn to it. This magnetism is not something you manufacture through forced effort. Rather, it flows naturally from you, much like the energy depicted in the 8 of Wands, a current moving in harmony with its path, effortless and continuous. The final message here is that the 4th month will be a phase in which you not only maintain a steady, unshakable stance, but also emerge as a powerful source of attraction to others. The opportunities, relationships, and connections coming your way will be organic and unforced, arriving because of who you truly are, rooted in your foundation, fueled by your dedication, and illuminated by the natural charm and strength that have always been part of you. I wanted to draw further to see, during this period, what you should pay special attention to or transform into an important anchor for yourself. The card that appeared brings a message with remarkable clarity. Take the time to truly enjoy being alone. You might choose to spend quiet moments with a light glass of wine, or something even simpler, a beverage you genuinely enjoy. Just a small pocket of undisturbed solitude can be enough to help you reconnect with your own inner self. This card also speaks of reigniting your inner flame, meaning that when you grant yourself this personal time, your inner drive is rekindled, inspiration flows back into you, and you find yourself infused with renewed strength to move forward. If you don't drink wine, then a glass of water, a cup of tea, or any gentle, comforting drink can create the same sense of ease. Immersing yourself in a warm bath is also a beautiful choice, allowing your body to relax and your mind to settle. And if that's not practical, you could create a dim, cozy space reminiscent of a cinema, put on a movie you love, or simply lower the lights and let the soft glow of scented candles or the subtle fragrance of essential oils fill the air. These moments are not just about soothing the mind. They also serve to elevate your motivation, making it easier for you to focus wholeheartedly and pour your energy into the things that truly matter to you. When I drew further, the scythe appeared, carrying with it a message about the ability to shift states with agility and grace. I could also feel strongly the energy of resonance and ripple, much like the spreading waves when a sound rings out. This suggests that music can become a bridge for you, helping you transition your mood and refresh your energy. When you feel sadness, allow yourself to listen to melodies that are soft, contemplative, and in harmony with what you are experiencing, songs that seem to give voice to your emotions. And when joy fills your heart, choose bright, lively tunes that overflow with vitality, doubling your sense of delight. In this way, you will know how to navigate your emotional landscape with skill, never remaining stuck in a single mental or emotional state for too long. All of this will help you maintain that delicate rhythm between rest and action, between stillness and movement. These are not merely small tips for relaxation. They are, in truth, keys to sustaining your motivation and endurance along your journey. When you learn how to nurture and renew yourself at the right moments, you will always be ready for the next step forward, moving with confidence and vibrant energy. And with that, I will bring the reading for those of you drawn to pile 1 to a close. If something within this reading caused your heart to stir, I hope you might leave me a message, even if it is just a small symbol, so that I know the message has truly reached you. I always cherish and look forward to hearing your reflections, for they are what make this journey more meaningful than ever. Do not forget to press like and subscribe to the channel as a way of supporting me. Your companionship is a precious gift for the spirit, the driving force that inspires me to continue bringing heartfelt, profound readings that touch the heart. May you always have enough peace to hear the voice of your inner self and enough courage to walk toward what is rightfully yours. I look forward to seeing you again in the next reading. Hello to those of you who have chosen pile 2. Thank you for your patience. Now, I will begin the reading for everyone drawn to the second pile. My hope is that this spread will bring you healing, fresh insights, and moments filled with warmth and love. With the theme being, what will your near future be like? I first wanted to pull an additional card to set the tone, one that will represent your upcoming future. The bouquet has appeared. With this as our focal card, the message of your reading becomes clear. The worries, the burdens, and the exhausting situations you are currently facing will gradually be soothed. Things will begin to shift toward a calmer, lighter, and more peaceful direction. Here, I also see the flower card appearing right beside it, and in the clarifying cards, the bouquet surfaces again, this time alongside the enclosure. This combination shows that you will receive words, a message, or perhaps find yourself in a situation brought forth by your person or by those around you that will warm your heart and bring you joy. It might be a single sentence that feels like the embrace of loving arms, or perhaps a gesture, an expression so tender and genuine that it makes you realize, I truly am cared for this much. I truly am loved this deeply. And in that very moment, you may feel as though you want to wrap your own arms around yourself, to hold and acknowledge the depth of the affection you've been given and are still receiving. Right now, when I look at the cards, I can see that although you are still in a somewhat draining situation, still carrying certain thoughts and concerns, there are nonetheless people watching over you, caring for you, and protecting you. The key of protection appears here, symbolizing someone who plays the role of guarding your safe space, ensuring that you are shielded from harm. And the reason for this protection sometimes springs from something as simple as their very first impression of you, a sense of closeness, a warm familiarity that makes others naturally want to care for you. Or perhaps it is because you are someone sincere and open-hearted, rich in feeling, unafraid to express love and emotion. If I were to compare the imagery to animals, you would resemble a dog more than a cat, loyal, approachable, always ready to express affection openly. Of course, if this does not feel like it fits you perfectly, I apologize, but this image stands out strongly in the reading. It may also be the way your person or those around you perceive you, and I believe that for most people, this is exactly how they see you. There is something truly intriguing emerging here. The image of how others see you carries an endearing, approachable warmth, much like the presence of an affectionate, lovable dog. There are people who look at you and genuinely think, this person is just so sweet, and it is precisely that feeling that stirs within them a desire to shield you, to keep you safe. This impulse does not only come from those around you in general, but it may also come from the very person you have in mind. The reading affirms that you are indeed being protected, whether quietly, behind the scenes, or openly, and that protective energy is constant, always present. Within this spread, the snake also appears, but this time its imagery is intertwined with the apple. The moment the apple is mentioned, my mind goes immediately to the story of Adam and Eve and the forbidden fruit, a symbol of temptation, of an allure so potent it cannot easily be resisted. The message here shows that you are, in truth, someone who is captivating another person in a way that is magnetic and deeply compelling, mesmerizing them to the point where they cannot look away. There is someone who has been quietly watching you from the shadows, keeping their feelings hidden, yet in the depths of their heart, they yearn to have you by their side, perhaps even feeling an overwhelming desire to claim you as theirs. And yet, alongside this intense pull, there exists an equally strong current of self-restraint, as if they are telling themselves that you are someone they cannot touch, that there is a boundary they should not, or must not, cross. This person may be someone who is subtly persuasive, or who simply knows how to draw the attention of others. Their very first impression of you may have been as simple as a radiant smile, a bright and vivid gaze, or some distinctive feature in your expression that made them find you irresistibly endearing from the very first meeting. And at this moment, it seems there is already one, or perhaps even several, people who are so enthralled by your charm that they find it difficult to look away. Among them, there will be someone who chooses to take the initiative, making clear and deliberate moves to express their interest. For some of you, this may come from one single person, the very person you have in mind. In terms of the timeline, this reading is laid out in stages. The first row represents the first month, the second row the second month, and then the third month followed by the fourth. These are meant as reference points, helping you to envision a broader picture of what may unfold. And when I look at the first month, the initial phase, it is already showing signs of intentional approaches from this person. They will not remain in the background merely observing. Instead, there will be small yet deliberate advances, words spoken, messages sent, or actions taken, that clearly indicate they are making a conscious effort to move closer to you. When I drew an additional card to clarify what would happen in that first month, the King of Swords appeared. This is a very encouraging sign. This card reveals that their approach will not be shrouded in ambiguity, nor will it be indirect, hesitant, or layered with difficult-to-read intentions. On the contrary, they will express themselves directly, clearly, and decisively. The King of Swords embodies someone intelligent, composed, fully aware of what they want, and unafraid to voice it plainly, without concealment. This person will approach you in a proper, earnest, and straightforward manner, clear in their intentions, without ambiguity, and the way they express themselves will make it easy for you to understand exactly where they stand. They will look directly toward you, giving you their full attention, and this is something that comes through very distinctly in the reading. From your side, I can see that you will receive something that genuinely brings you joy and warmth in your heart, because the imagery of both the fish and the bouquet appears here, symbols of valuable gifts, words of blessing, and heartfelt appreciation. This will be something that makes you feel cherished. I wanted to see more about your emotional response upon receiving this, so I drew further to ask, when you receive this gift or message, how will you feel? The card suggests a reaction tinged with surprise, something along the lines of, huh? What's this? Or perhaps a light sense of detachment, as though you are not placing too much focus on it in that moment. It may be that you are busy with work or absorbed in something else, so your response is not outwardly enthusiastic. There is also the possibility that your attention is invested in another matter you deem more important at the time, or that you may even be drawn in another direction, for example, receiving interest or care from someone else. Still, considering the energy of the King of Swords from earlier, the person approaching you is likely someone who holds a position of authority or responsibility, someone principled, serious, and possibly occupying a significant role. Yet, the imagery in the card still shows that, at the moment they step toward you, you may not be entirely focused on them, at least not in those first few moments. I drew once more to gain a clearer understanding. The impression that surfaced was that they might choose to approach you at a moment when you are preoccupied with something else, perhaps holding your phone, focused intently on a screen, or deeply absorbed in your work. The image of the color black appears here, possibly as a detail tied to the setting or an object, such as you wearing darker clothing or being in an environment or a moment where that darker tone is present. The Fox card emerged. In this deck, the fox sits directly beneath the clouds, so I decided to dig deeper into this particular area. It feels as though the spread is deliberately pointing towards something significant here. For that reason, I turned to the Angel Answers deck to receive a clearer message. What exactly are these cards trying to tell you? The answer revealed that you will receive something that makes you happy, though it may not be what you had once expected or hoped for. It is more like an unanticipated gift, not what you had in mind, yet enough to bring you genuine joy. And the intriguing part is that this very event or action will become a fresh source of motivation for you, giving you the strength to step out from the heavy clouds of worry and uncertainty that have been lingering over you. The imagery in the card portrays this vividly. A figure standing amidst the clouds, but with their feet already moving beyond that dense layer, signaling an emergence, a step toward a sky that is clearer, brighter, and far more open. And here, the message signals that you're about to emerge from a period of doubt, obscurity, or a state in which your mind has been constantly on guard and weighed down by anxiety. If in the past you found it difficult to fully trust the person in question, or if you held a certain degree of caution toward those around you, the near future brings a turning point, one that will help you realize, so it is possible to feel this secure, to move forward in my current situation without such heavy worry. This moment will feel like being uplifted, as though unseen hands are giving you strength, leaving your heart lighter and more at ease, prompting a quiet exhale of relief and perhaps even the thought that you were right to persevere until now. I drew another card to seek an additional message of guidance, and what appeared was remarkably positive. Here is the card within the next year, indicating that roughly a year from now, you will step into a distinctly new state or phase. In matters of love, this may point to moving forward to the next milestone, living together, becoming engaged, or even getting married. If this reading applies to your career, it heralds a major advancement, such as rising from your current position to a significantly higher role, like from manager to director or from deputy to head of a department, or even stepping into the role of a key business partner. And such a partner here does not necessarily have to be within the same company. It could be someone who stands beside you, offering professional support, guidance, and strategic direction. In the realm of love, this message feels even clearer, suggesting that the two of you may officially commit to a deeper bond, stepping together into a brand new chapter of your relationship. I want to look more closely into the details of what will bring you happiness in the near future. The strongest feeling here is that this will happen at a moment when you are deeply focused on something else, fully immersed in your work or a personal project. And yet, this will be the very contact you have long been hoping for. The action card appears here, showing that you will receive information or a message from them, and this message carries precisely the energy of what you once wished for. When the give card reveals itself, it reinforces the sense that someone will want to offer you something, and at first, your reaction might be, should I accept this? Should I take this gift? A moment of hesitation, a quiet caution. But then you will come to realize that this is something worth receiving. And it will not be just a single gift. The energy of this spread suggests that you will be given many things all at once. The imagery of the bouquet appears here, alongside the fish, symbols of abundance, prosperity, and richness, and the direct presence of your person or another significant figure. In fact, in other positions throughout the reading, images representing the act of giving and offering appear again and again, as if to strongly affirm that in the time ahead, you will indeed be granted many precious things, both materially and emotionally, from those who truly matter to you. I can sense here a rather unique energy, one where you may receive so much that you find yourself feeling slightly overwhelmed, perhaps even a little hesitant, unsure of how to respond. That is why, within the spread, there appears an image of you turning inward, focusing back on yourself, as if directing your gaze elsewhere or deliberately diverting your attention in order to steady your emotions. It is akin to that moment when you are unexpectedly given a grand congratulatory gift or a truly valuable keepsake. Of course, you are delighted, deeply appreciative, but at the same time, there is a faint hesitation, a subtle discomfort in accepting something so grand, so extraordinary. Here, the reading wants you to imagine, this is not just any ordinary gift, it is something even more precious than a wedding present or a celebration gift, something that lifts your heart and noticeably elevates your inner energy. Even so, there remains a sense of you holding back slightly, keeping a certain distance when receiving this offering or this gesture of care. Yet, what is striking is that from the side of the giver, every action they take springs from genuine desire, from a willful intention, even from a longing, to dedicate themselves fully to doing something for you. They want to give, to care for you, to pour their effort into supporting you, and they do so purely for the joy of being able to do that for you. When I drew further to look deeper, the snake card appeared. This prompted me to continue asking questions to clarify the message. The snake, in combination with the house, here seems to point toward an element in your life that has become, or is becoming, a burden or a binding tie, something you feel is obstructing you or causing unease. The spread also reveals that earlier on, the whip appeared alongside the snake, with both representing influences of challenge, pressure, or unwelcome interference. And the message here comes through with striking clarity. It is precisely by accepting this gift, this word, or this act of support from this person that you will be able to dissolve or rise above the very element that has been holding you back. In other words, what they bring to you is not merely a simple offering, it is the key that unlocks the door, allowing you to step free from a worry, an entanglement, or a pressure that has been lingering for some time. This is a gift of release, one that helps you move out of heavy, constricting energy and into a space that feels safe, steady, and wrapped in protection. Within the spread, I see the presence of a deeply healing and restorative energy, one that speaks not only to physical recovery, but also to an emotional and spiritual renewal. The message shows that there will be someone who takes on the role of a steadfast anchor in your life, someone who deliberately stays close, offering their strength, protection, and shelter. They will help you ease the burdens and loosen the chains that have been weighing you down, whether those chains are vague and wandering thoughts, feelings of suffocation, or a persistent, long-standing worry. The imagery in the card is like a warm blanket drawn over you, shielding, comforting, and protecting your heart. By allowing yourself to receive this from them, you open the door to a clear process of recovery, where anxieties and insecurities gradually dissolve, no longer pressing so heavily on your mind. What is especially heartening is that this energy emerges very early on. The spread even shows that this positive shift could begin as soon as the very first week from this point forward. Within just those initial 7 days, you may already start to feel the relief, clouds of uncertainty dispersing, the weight of exhaustion and strain easing away, and your situation beginning to settle into balance once more. This is not a slow, drawn-out change, but rather a fairly swift improvement, directly sparked by the actions, gestures, or deliberate approach of this person or of other significant figures represented in the reading. In terms of timing, the strongest impact appears to come around 2 weeks from now, though you can absolutely view this time frame as approximate. The exact date is not what matters most. What is important is your awareness that these changes will arrive sooner than you expect, and when they do, they will be tangible and evident enough for you to truly feel the shift, both in your mood and in your circumstances. From here, the reading reveals another layer of meaning. The birds and the fox appear together, reinforcing the message that the snake, symbolizing troublesome elements, obstacles, or an unsettling presence, will be removed or resolved. The imagery of birds overpowering the snake serves as an affirmation that the difficulties, anxieties, and draining situations you have been enduring will come to an end. This is a moment of purification, a cleansing that clears the space around you, both in the sense of your inner state and your living or working environment. When I drew further to see what would unfold in the second month, the card "It's Up to You" emerged. The message here is crystal clear. The power to decide, the initiative, will rest entirely in your hands. You will become the focal point, the central axis around which everything else turns. This will be a time when you are no longer in a passive role, no longer waiting or being swept along by someone else's current, but instead, you will hold the reins, guiding and shaping each situation according to your own will. Those around you will begin to adjust their actions in response to you, as though you have become the main character of the story, with every unfolding event revolving around you. This not only reflects a growth and maturity in your personal energy, but also marks the beginning of a phase in which you fully claim the right to determine your own path, free from the restraints of outside influences. In the second month, I see you positioned at the very center of the spread. This clearly indicates a phase of important adjustment and transition, one that shifts you into a new flow, a new state of being. This is a period in which your surrounding environment will be arranged and aligned in such a way that it supports you, allowing you to act according to your own will and pursue what you truly desire without feeling constrained. Those around you will naturally begin to adapt their behavior to suit you, to assist you, and to create a space in which you can be wholly yourself, without the need for excessive caution, overthinking, or holding back. Wanting to understand more about what will lead to this favorable transformation, I drew additional cards from another deck. The first to appear was the Page of Cups, an image that carries with it the feeling of a fresh beginning, a spark of excitement, or an opportunity unfolding, accompanied by a sense of renewal and a curiosity to explore. Following that, as I continued drawing, the Sun card emerged, a card of extraordinary positivity, heralding success, illumination, joy, and triumph. The sense here is crystal clear. Whatever it is that you are currently pouring your heart and focus into, whether it be love, work, or an important relationship, will begin to bear fruit in this period. If you have been building something, investing effort into a plan, a project, or nurturing a romantic connection, the second month will be the time when your efforts take tangible form, becoming visible, solid, and undeniable. For some of you, this may even be the moment of a true victory, achieving exactly the goal you have been aiming for, or perhaps attaining results that exceed even your highest expectations. If at present you are studying, training to earn a certification, mastering a skill, or dedicating yourself to personal growth and self-improvement, the second month will be the moment when you begin to see tangible results from all that you have been steadfastly pursuing. Every effort will be recognized, and it will feel as though you are stepping onto a grand stage, standing beneath brilliant lights with every gaze turned toward you. The energy here is immensely powerful. It is as if the universe itself is declaring that your time has come. You will be the central figure in the story, the one guiding the course of events, with the current of circumstances flowing around and in response to you. This is a remarkable turning point, signaling the opening of new doors, ones that not only allow you to achieve what you have long desired, but also usher you into a phase where light, acknowledgement, and validation will consistently accompany you. The cross card appears alongside the mountain and the coffin, and when I drew further for clarity, the message deepened profoundly. The spread shows that you will experience a moment of undeniable clarity, a moment in which you affirm to yourself, perhaps more strongly than ever before, This is the greatest, the most important thing in my life. It is a realization and a wholehearted acceptance of a truth that a certain person, a certain matter, a mission, or a goal truly holds immense significance and influence over your path. At times, our talents, our calling, or the responsibilities we carry can become a source of undeniable pressure. Whether it is raising a child, caring for a beloved pet, or shouldering a vital role at work, none of these are tasks that can be done effortlessly or without weight. Much like stepping into a higher position in your career, it inevitably comes with added responsibilities, requiring more of your mind, your energy, and your presence. No one can take on such duties with complete ease or comfort at all times. The card here shows you in a state of full acceptance, embracing these responsibilities, not avoiding them, but rather recognizing that they are a crucial part of what will help you grow, strengthen, and evolve. You will come to deeply feel the value and significance of this role in your life, realizing that it is precisely what enables you to rise to a higher version of yourself. Alongside this, the reading also signals a clear victory or a tangible achievement connected to what you are currently pursuing. This is the moment when results come into the light, bringing joy, pride, and a sense of fulfillment. What is particularly remarkable is that this victory is not fleeting, it will be lasting, a solid milestone firmly anchored in your journey. However, the appearance of the mouse card suggests that alongside this joy, there will also be an accompanying sense of pressure and responsibility. This is not a negative, defeating kind of pressure that makes you want to give up, but rather the kind that demands commitment, readiness to shoulder the weight, and a steadfast spirit. It is much like the feeling of being promoted. Pride and honor are paired with a greater workload, with the need to oversee and manage more than before. It is not an easy or leisurely path, but it is precisely this challenge that will refine your resilience and allow you to truly prove your worth. The energy here speaks of a period in which you are not only honored and recognized, but also called to hold steady and carry the weight of responsibility that comes with it. You will step into a position, a role, or a relationship where you are not merely reaping the rewards, you will also need to maintain, protect, and nurture what you have achieved, standing as living proof that you truly deserve the victory you have earned. The spread shows that although there will indeed be burdens and responsibilities accompanying this, they will exist alongside a clear, tangible sense of joy and fulfillment. This is a rare and special balance, feeling the pressure while simultaneously feeling the deep meaning in it all. I see new elements, new circumstances, and perhaps even new people coming into your life, drawing your time, attention, and care. Whatever these may be, the imagery here strongly shows you keeping your gaze on them, cherishing, protecting, and nurturing them with genuine devotion. In the realm of love, the heart card appears here as a powerful sign that for those in a romantic relationship, you and your partner may be moving toward an important next step, living together, marriage, or a long-term commitment. However, stepping into an entirely new environment naturally brings changes and responsibilities that differ from what you've known before. Even in the midst of happiness, you may still feel the presence of new pressures, sometimes even a touch of what feels like pre-wedding jitters, a blend of excitement, slight nervousness, and unfamiliarity as you begin this new chapter. This message can also extend to other areas of life. If this pertains to your career, it may signal a promotion, the conferral of a higher position, or the addition of new projects and responsibilities under your management. In your personal life, it could mean taking on the care and protection of someone or something you deeply value. Whatever the case, the prevailing feeling remains the same. This is a turning point, a defining moment in your life, both a challenge and an honor, a test of your strength and a celebration of how far you've come. What is remarkable here is that this pressure is not the kind that wears you down or makes you want to retreat. On the contrary, it is a form of pressure that feels worthwhile, like a gift you accept with both excitement and gratitude. You may find yourself more tired, busier than before, yet your heart will be filled with a deep sense of fulfillment. When I drew further to explore your emotions more deeply, the message became crystal clear: you will be truly happy. The sun and the heart appeared together, a powerful combination affirming that your feelings will be radiant, overflowing with love, warmth, and joy. Around 2 months from now, you will step into a phase where positive energy flows through every part of your life with great intensity. The image of the color green emerges here, symbolizing freshness, renewal, and the regeneration of your energy. It feels like a message that the coming period is not only a major turning point, but also a time when both your heart and mind will be reawakened, infused with vitality. You will feel as if you have been replenished with a new life force, ready to embrace and nurture everything that comes your way, whether it is love, career, or any meaningful responsibility placed in your hands. Yet I sense very clearly that what you are about to experience is not merely lighthearted joy or gentle happiness. It also comes with a powerful activation of your spirit, your intellect, and your emotions. It is as though you will be operating in a state that requires immense focus, calling upon the full sharpness of your mind and the strength of your inner will. The joy will still be there, vivid and undeniable, but alongside it will be responsibility, new demands, and the weight of expectation resting on your shoulders. This is a feeling that brings you a tremendous surge of energy, while at the same time reminding you that this is a pivotal moment, a threshold where you both savor your achievements and carry forward the responsibilities that come with them. Yet, even with the presence of pressure, the initiative and the central role remain entirely in your hands. You are the one holding the reins, the axis around which everything turns, and the spotlight is shining directly upon you. This is the moment where you stand in the most prominent position, fully seen, fully acknowledged, and at the center of attention. For those who feel this message resonates, it is a clear sign that you are more than capable of receiving and cherishing this phase of your life. When I drew further to see how those around you would react, the tower appeared. This imagery reveals that they will feel shocked, astonished, almost unable to believe what is unfolding. It is that kind of reaction that says, "Is this really happening?" No way. A mental jolt that forces them to see everything with a different perspective. In contrast, you appear here under the energy of the sun, radiant, confident, and brimming with vitality, standing in complete opposition to their state of bewilderment and surprise. I pulled another card, and the star appeared, further affirming that the inspiration, admiration, and positive energy radiating from you will strongly captivate those around you. Digging deeper into the reason behind their reaction, the Eight of Wands emerged. This shows that it is not a negative upheaval, but rather a moment of impact in the most uplifting sense, like a lightning strike to the heart. The image here is much like the moment you meet a famous star you have admired from afar for years, a person you have only known through a screen, and when you finally encounter them in real life, their presence, their gaze, their very aura far exceed anything you had imagined. It is a feeling of being flustered, exhilarated, and utterly dazzled all at once. They see you in the very same way, realizing that you are more radiant, more magnetic, more extraordinary than they had ever thought. This is that unforgettable moment of coming face to face with a version of you that makes them inwardly exclaim, "So this is how incredible they truly are." This is precisely what creates such a powerful vibration around you, not merely an unexpected event or surprising circumstance, but the unique energy you carry that draws every gaze toward you with admiration and a lasting impression. And from there, with the appearance of the Eight of Wands, the message becomes unmistakably clear. Your energy will attract more and more attention, increasingly pulling others in. This is a period when everything around you will move faster, grow livelier, and you will feel an undeniable shift, more people wanting to approach, to connect, to be closer to you. Your very presence becomes a potent magnetic force, turning the space around you into a place that feels fuller, busier, and more alive. I continued drawing cards to understand why the impact on those around you feels so profound. The sun appeared, revealing that the reason lies not only in the radiant light you are shining right now, but also in the fact that you have done something that touches exactly what they have been seeking or longing for. This is not necessarily the result of a calculated action or a deliberate attempt to impress. On the contrary, it seems to be something you have done entirely naturally, almost unconsciously, yet it becomes the moment that strikes them awake. They feel a deep, visceral spark, as if a current of electricity has run down their spine, and it is they who are moved first, caught in the wave of realization. When I asked further why they would feel this way, the Ten of Wands appeared. This image immediately calls to mind the sense that you have overcome challenges, carried heavy responsibilities, or steadfastly built something over a long stretch of time. And as I drew again, the Tower appeared once more, but this time with a different tone. Here, it does not signify collapse, but rather the moment of breaking through a wall so that truth, light, or achievement can be fully revealed, exposed for all to see. This leads me to a very vivid and undeniable feeling. The people around you are now witnessing the results of your entire journey of learning, training, and persistent effort, things you never flaunted or displayed before. You have been quietly building, nurturing, and refining, and now everything is beginning to emerge openly and clearly for the world to see. This very moment, when those achievements gradually come into view and the light of the sun shines upon them, creates a powerful, positive shock for others. They are not only surprised, but also truly impressed, even somewhat in awe, as they realize the extent to which you have been silently striving, and now, how radiantly you shine. The energy here is like someone who thought they already knew you, only to suddenly discover that standing before them is a completely new version of you, deeper, more profound, and infinitely more brilliant. I sense here a very clear message about waiting and the moment of breakthrough. If you have been in a situation where you have patiently waited for a long time, feeling as though the right moment never seems to arrive, or as though positive progress in your journey has yet to manifest, then soon everything will take an unexpected turn. All that has been hidden, all that has been quietly unfolding behind the scenes, will start to reveal itself. The efforts you have poured in will begin to bear fruit, and those results will be recognized, acknowledged, and brought into the light. This will not only move you emotionally, but will also create a profound surprise for those around you. In the past, everything you did may have remained behind the curtains, but when it emerges, it will make the whole world around you stop in awe. Especially if this is connected to a relationship, the other person will experience that same sense of astonishment, perhaps thinking, "Oh, so this person is actually this captivating?" Or, "I can't believe such a leap forward has happened." It will feel like a sudden shower of rain on a warm day, something that arrives quickly, carrying joy and exhilaration with it. And, because the star is also present here, I believe this is good news not only for you, but also for the other person, or for those who share the same passions and aspirations as you. Everyone will feel uplifted, inspired, and happy together. This is emphasized as something that will unfold in the second month. In the coming second month, there will be a truly significant event, something grand, momentous, and unforgettable, because the Sun card appears here, heralding the explosion of light, of success, of joy, and celebration. You will be placed under the bright stage lights, becoming the very center of attention. I repeat once more, the spotlight will be fixed on you, and this time, it will be even stronger, even more radiant, more dazzling than before. Moving into the third month, I drew a card carrying quite an unexpected message, the No card. It arrives with an emphatic exclamation mark, as though the universe is speaking with unmistakable clarity. No. I sense this could be a situation where you yourself will be the one to say no, to reject something, or to come to the realization, this is not what I need, this is not what I want. To understand this more clearly, I drew again and found the High Priestess in reverse. In this position, it suggests that certain things remain unseen, some pieces of information or truths are still hidden, or that a decision must be made carefully while there is a lack of intuitive clarity. I pulled yet another card for further insight and received the Lily card. The lily often symbolizes purity, refinement, and nobility, but it can also carry the meaning of setting clear standards or principles for yourself. Taken together, all these elements paint a picture that in the third month, you will have a decisive, resolute moment in which you firmly say no to something that does not align with you, choosing instead to hold fast to your values and your clarity of vision, safeguarding the path you are on and the positive energy you are moving toward. I can feel with absolute clarity that the message from these cards is pointing to the fact that you are the one consciously and deliberately saying no. That sense of decisiveness is not something imposed upon you by anyone else. It arises from within, from the core of your own being. Here, I see a sequence of cards that carry meanings tied to rumors, hearsay, influences from the environment around you, or information circulating through social media, the birds, the writer, and the book. Earlier, the star had opened this reading, and when these cards follow in succession, I see a clear storyline emerging. There have been streams of information from outside sources, from other people, from social media, that have reached you, spinning you around, swaying your emotions, and at times even causing you to take in unnecessary details or negative words that drained your motivation and weighed heavily on your spirit. If in the past you allowed those things to slip in and influence you, now the energy shows that you are beginning to shut them out completely, cutting off those sources of interference. You are consciously filtering, making your own decisions, choosing what is allowed to enter your mind and what must remain outside. The High Priestess appears here in reverse, which made me want to explore her meaning more deeply in the context of the spread, so I drew another card for clarity. And quite unexpectedly, the Heart card appeared, like an affirmation that this action of yours is precisely to protect your heart. The feeling is so strong, you are safeguarding your emotions, preserving your inner peace, ensuring that you are not wounded by things that are unworthy of your attention or energy. The card also reveals that when you act this way, you become strikingly clear and unwavering in your stance. What is a yes is an absolute yes. What is a no is a firm no. What is good, you recognize without hesitation. What is harmful, you see plainly for what it is, no vagueness, no compromise. You are setting healthy boundaries to protect yourself, and you hold them firmly without fear, standing grounded in your truth. This ties in perfectly with the energy I saw in the second month, the time when you step fully into the role of being the central figure, the true main character of your own life, no longer swept along by anyone else's currents. The imagery in the spread reveals that you have genuinely distanced yourself from people and relationships that once made you feel uneasy, drained, or weary. Instead, you are now keeping close only those individuals you truly value, those who are magnetic, uplifting, and bring genuine positive energy into your life. Following that, the Health card emerges as a reinforcement, signaling that by daring to release the negative, you are protecting your well-being on both a physical and emotional level. No longer are you pulled into emotional whirlpools or shaken by words or news that deplete your energy. I see you in a state of deeper peace, greater stability, and a spirit that is lighter, clearer, and far more centered than before. I can sense very strongly that in the past, you had been caught in heavy thoughts and emotions surrounding this matter. You may have wrestled with it endlessly, cared too much, perhaps even tormented yourself or blamed yourself. The High Priestess appearing here in reverse is a clear sign that you have gone through a phase of deep introspection, turning inward with seriousness and sincerity, examining your inner world to uncover the causes and meaning behind everything that happened. This shows that you have not only been influenced by external circumstances, but have also taken yourself into the depths of your own emotions, questioning yourself and seeking your own answers. For some of you, this may be closely tied to matters of the heart, to a relationship with your partner, or to your interactions with those around you. It could be that in love, You have endured significant pressure, countless worries, and many moments where you found yourself overthinking the other person's actions or attitude, perhaps even at times placing blame on yourself for how things unfolded. Yet the new energy arriving here shows that from this point forward, you will begin to live in the way you truly desire, doing what you genuinely want to do. The card reveals that you have rediscovered your central axis, the core I often call your steady, unshakable self, the foundation upon which you can stand firmly without being swayed by anyone. You will be the one illuminated by the spotlight, becoming the focal point in the very story of your own life. And when that happens, your health, both physical and emotional, will improve in a noticeable and profound way. Instead of slipping back into exhaustion and tension as before, you will step into a new phase where you can maintain a deep sense of peace and safety within your heart. It will no longer be about fearing that your spirit might be dragged down, but rather about moving forward with a mindset that carries strong protection for yourself. What is especially remarkable is that at the end of the third month, the sun appears once again. In the Lenormand deck, the sun holds a meaning almost identical to the sun in tarot, radiating with light, clarity, success, happiness, and a deep sense of fulfillment. This repeated appearance feels like a resounding affirmation that the path you have chosen is the right one, and that what you are doing, when it comes from your true and genuine desires, will open up a life space that is light, free, and brimming with positive energy. You will live as you wish to live, no longer confined, no longer forced to endure unreasonable constraints. I see with great clarity the image of you truly listening to your own genuine needs. When you feel the need to rest, you give yourself permission to rest. When you have the inspiration and the strength, you give your all. When you feel you do not want to force yourself, you simply stop. No longer is there the scene of pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion. Rather, you choose to do everything in a way that flows naturally, smoothly, and in just the right measure so that you remain in a state of well-being and ease. This rhythm feels like maintaining about 60 to 70% of your energy, enough to keep moving forward, yet leaving yourself with comfort and without placing excessive pressure on your body or your mind. The card also reveals that what you are doing at this time does not place a burden upon your physical body, nor does it have a negative impact on your mental state, and that creates a beautifully harmonious balance. Finally, the Seven of Swords appears, carrying quite an intriguing sensation. Here, it reminds me of the television drama Running Away is Shameful but Useful, a message that feels incredibly fitting. Sometimes walking away, creating distance, or saying no to something is not weakness or cowardice at all, but rather an act of wisdom that allows you to preserve your peace and move towards something better. I see a vivid image rising here. At times, it is perfectly fine to allow yourself to hide away for a little while, and at times it is perfectly fine to allow yourself to be cleverly shrewd in just the right measure. There is an energy here that says sometimes using a bit of wit, a bit of finesse to protect yourself or to lighten your load is not a bad thing. I know the words tricky or cunning can sometimes carry a negative connotation, but in this context, they hold the nuance of resourcefulness, of skillful maneuvering that keeps you from reaching the point of depletion. The card depicts the image of 7 swords, yet the figure within it holds only 5. This instantly brings to mind the idea that you are only using about 50% of your strength, and the message here is that you can absolutely do that you don't always need to pour out the entirety of your energy. Of course, this is not always easy, and perhaps that is why this reading presents so many consecutive cards that keep reminding you of it. I can feel that you are someone who has always given your all, someone who works with 100% of your capacity, who throws your whole heart and soul into everything you do. But the energy here shows that you are now, or will soon be, allowing yourself to approach things in a way that feels more comfortable, more effortless, no longer having to push yourself to the very edge. The energy coming through from the cards is crystal clear. You are doing this beautifully. You are giving yourself permission to ease the tension, to lessen the pressure, while still ensuring that your work or your journey continues to move forward. This reduction in intensity is not neglect, it is a wise choice born from the reality that you have already been pushing yourself for far too long. The card also reveals that you are in a position of mastery, actively steering, directing, and deciding the course you take. This image is tied to the sense that you are not just living for the present moment, but also looking ahead, carefully calculating and planning for the future. And so, when you stop pouring all your energy into every single moment, you create a white space, a breathing room for your mind to rest, for your heart and your time to feel more abundant. This can be space in your mind, where thoughts are no longer relentless, space in your heart, where emotions are allowed to loosen and flow, or space in your schedule, where you finally have more time that belongs to you. Your ability to use time more effectively, to know when to give your all and when to slow down, is in itself a precious life skill. And I truly believe that even if you choose to ease back, to not operate at full capacity all the time, everything you have done, everything you are doing, and the way you have faced life will still be seen, felt, and valued by those around you. The energy you radiate, the dedication you have shown, all of it has always been acknowledged, and it will continue to leave a deep and lasting impression in the hearts of others. I sense here a very clear message. If any of you are beginning to feel your heart under strain, your emotions becoming heavy, or your physical health no longer in its optimal state, perhaps because you have been pouring too much effort, too much energy into everything, then the card is advising that you absolutely can, and should, allow yourself to loosen your grip a little, to stop pushing yourself to the limit. You can maintain a steady pace of work or a level of contribution that is sufficient to move forward without depleting yourself. The current energy shows that you are managing this quite well, sustaining a balance, and that in itself is something truly worth celebrating. The feeling I get when reading this spread is as if I am watching a film, one filled with dramatic twists and turns, yet bathed in warmth and light. Your story is unfolding in a way that is both beautiful and deeply favorable. From here, I want to look more closely into two aspects. First, what will happen in the 4th month, and second, in the 3rd month, how the people around you, your environment, your relationships will be shifting and moving. When I drew cards to see the movements of those around you in the 3rd month, the card that appeared depicted an image of a chocolate swamp. Here, I playfully call it the chocolate swamp, or more precisely, the energy of the chocolate devil. In tarot, the devil often represents an overwhelming allure, a magnetism so powerful it is difficult to escape. In this chocolate version, it evokes the sense of a sweetness so enticing that it draws people in and makes them unwilling to leave. I often describe this card as one carrying an intensity so potent that it can pull someone under, completely immersing them in its hold. So I continued to draw, wanting to see exactly what it was they might be sinking into and why. The first card that emerged carried a deep brown tone, followed by the home card. This suggests that they may be waiting for you, or that their mind is preoccupied with thoughts, considerations, and contemplations that revolve around you. They could be in a state of quiet reflection, taking time to rest, or withdrawing into themselves. When I drew again, the dog card appeared, conjuring the image of loyalty, attachment, trust, and a desire to protect. The energy here makes me feel so clearly a fierce, almost instinctive spirit of protection, like the image of someone standing firmly at the doorway, refusing to let anything or anyone cause you harm. And then the sun appears, casting its radiant light over the entire story. This affirms that these people, whether they are friends, family, or partners, are individuals who bring you nothing but good, nourishing energy. They are not only drawn to you, captivated by your presence, but they genuinely want to be by your side, to be a source of support, to shield you in even the most private and sacred spaces, from your home, your personal environment, to the innermost safe haven of your heart. What I see here is not just a surface-level social connection, but a deep, soul-level bond where they see you as an essential part of their world, and you yourself can feel the warmth, the trust, and the protective embrace of this energy surrounding you. I can sense with great clarity that this person is truly, deeply pulled into your orbit, as if sinking into a thick, inescapable emotional current. And yet, this is not a negative force for you. On the contrary, it is something that brings you ease, allowing you to live, work, and move forward in the way you desire. For it is precisely this devotion that makes them want to protect you, to stand guard for you, to ensure you have the freedom to do what you wish without interference. From the very beginning, the dog card appeared, and right beneath it, the key card, such a powerful image, suggesting that there are people who act as gatekeepers, always there to watch over you, to safeguard you, to keep you secure. The reason they do this, the reason they are so ready to become your shield, is because you possess a very special kind of magnetism. You may be someone deeply sincere, straightforward, and it is exactly that unpretentious, pure quality that makes others easily moved, easily disarmed in your presence. And so there are those who become so attached that they want to protect you with everything they have. This truly is a beautiful, warm, and deeply precious energy to have around you. Now, I want to look into the 4th month to see what is likely to unfold. First, I want to remind you that the markers of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months are only relative. You can absolutely adjust them according to your own sense of timing or to the moments you feel are right, using them simply as milestones to envision the steps ahead. In the 4th month, The Let Go card appears, accompanied by the imagery of the snake and the cross. This energy signals a profound process of release, the lifting away of pressures, burdens, and responsibilities that have weighed heavily on you for a long time. This is not only about being freed from a job or a specific obligation, it is also about liberation from mental constraints, from rigid beliefs that had once been etched so deeply into you they felt like a part of who you are. These could be rules, principles, or standards you once believed were absolute, that you must follow, that you must act a certain way, but now you are beginning to realize they have become chains that bind you, and you are starting to undo them. This may be tied to patterns formed from your living environment, your family, your culture, or your personal experiences, programming that has been imprinted on you from birth until now. At this point, you will be stepping into a new phase where those limitations no longer hold power over you. You will feel freer, lighter, and truly able to live in alignment with your authentic self and your deepest desires. When I drew an additional card for further insight, the energy surged with remarkable intensity, a clear message that you will be fortifying your physical strength. The imagery within the card evokes the sense of strong, defined muscles, of a body that is solid, resilient, and unwavering. Yet the meaning here extends far beyond the physical. It is also the strength that comes from deep within, the strength of your inner being, the backbone of your spirit, the unshakable will of your heart. You will feel yourself becoming more steadfast, more unyielding at the very core. It is the sensation of standing upon a foundation so firm that nothing can shake you, and from there, stepping forward with confidence, no longer fearing the pull of anything trying to drag you backward as in the past. I see the Chariot appearing here in the reversed position, but intriguingly, the energy it exudes is not one of weakness. It is instead the essence of physical stability and profound inner fortitude. It is as if you are standing your ground, holding your center, fully mastering both body and mind. When I drew again, the Pentacle card revealed itself, a very positive sign, and immediately, a vivid metaphor rushed into my mind. It is as though you are using your own sheer strength to halt a speeding truck in its tracks, or even to stop a train hurtling down its rails. This image is not meant to depict danger, but to emphasize the immense inner power and deliberate control you possess. The Chariot, in its upright form, often speaks of speed, momentum, and powerful forward movement, but here, in its reversal, I see the intentional act of stopping. It is as if you have chosen to no longer be carried along by a predetermined trajectory, no longer running along rails someone else has laid for you. Instead, you are building your own tracks, crafting a path that you wish to walk, a direction that aligns with your true rhythm and the genuine desires of your heart. In the past, you may have found yourself running along a fixed track, living within the frameworks and limitations imposed by circumstance or by society. But now you are beginning to realize, I can choose to turn in another direction. I have the right to take this path instead of that one. I can place my trust in a new way of thinking, one that feels more aligned with who I truly am. This energy carries with it a sense of openness, a gentle softening in thought, yet at the same time it is intertwined with a physical and spiritual strength that is deeply solid, so much so that in any state, you can still move forward, handle what comes, and live fully. I feel this is not merely a small shift, but the shattering of old patterns, values, beliefs, and ways of living that had been etched deeply into you for a long time. You are shedding that hardened shell, breaking through barriers that once confined you, stepping into a way of life born entirely from your own will and your personal desires. Especially in the 4th month, your energy will not only be sustained but sharpened, honed, and made even clearer. You will not only know exactly what you want, but you will also know how to wield that strength, how to apply the new principles you have chosen for yourself. Even the thoughts that had once become default settings within you, you are now gradually shifting them, refining them, and shaping them so that they serve your happiness and the goals you have set for your own life. It must be said that changing a mindset that has been deeply programmed into the subconscious is an incredibly difficult task. It demands immense mental strength, steadfast determination, and an inner power forged through experience and persistence. And I see that you are accomplishing this, not only because you are strong enough, but because you are truly ready. I sense here a powerful energy of discipline and growth, both physical and spiritual. Perhaps some of you have gone through a period of confronting yourselves to find a lighter way to live, a way to move through life without being overly controlled by others or by the circumstances around you. That process has been anything but easy, yet it has made you more grounded, as if with each challenge, every muscle of your soul and body has been trained, honed, and made stronger. I see clearly the image of a central axis, an energetic spine, now firmly established within you. For some of you, this is quite literal. You may be actively training your physical body, engaging in exercise, weight loss, dance practice, balance training, or strength-building workouts to develop your muscles. For others, it may be more specific physical adjustments, such as improving bone and joint health or correcting pelvic alignment. However it manifests, both body and spirit are being reinforced at the same time, and because they are so deeply interconnected, when the body grows stronger, the spirit is uplifted and supported, and in turn, when the spirit is strengthened, the body follows suit. Next, the Hanged Man appears, but in its reversed position. Upright, this is the card of endurance, patience, and sacrifice, like the image of someone suspended upside down, still quietly and steadfastly waiting. But in reversal, the energy shifts entirely. It signals that you are no longer trapped in that state of passive, resigned waiting. The efforts and patience you have maintained for so long are now beginning to bear fruit. You are starting to do things in a way that feels easier, more natural, more favorable, and most importantly, in a way that is truly aligned with yourself. This is the transformation from straining merely to survive into the freedom to live. And then, when I asked about the energy of those around you at this moment, the Lovers emerged, a wonderful omen. This energy reveals that they continue to walk alongside you, as though they have never left. The imagery of the Lovers, with the apple tree and its vibrant red fruit, evokes the story of Adam and Eve, a symbol of deep connection, of choices made from genuine feeling and true attraction. In this picture, I see you are not alone. There are people who sincerely want to journey with you, to be by your side as a conscious and voluntary choice, not from any sense of obligation. Their presence is not merely to watch over or protect, but also to affirm that the path you are on, with all the changes and newfound strength, is still accompanied by hearts that resonate with yours, ready to move forward with you. As I look at the card's imagery, I feel clearly that this red figure is you, your energy here shining through like that of an angelic being. Over this recent period, I can see that the people around you, or perhaps one person in particular, have been and still are profoundly drawn to you, almost enchanted. I recall that earlier in this reading, I spoke of this as well. Even if at times you have felt as though you were the one being pulled into the current, swayed by others, the reality is entirely the opposite. It is they who have been and still are deeply submerged in your energy, so captivated that they can hardly break free. Your energy at this moment radiates a sense of absolute freedom. You are doing everything in the way you choose, in the way that feels most effortless and natural to you. At the same time, there are still those who quietly watch over you, protect you, and cherish you. Even your counterpart or the people around you are now seeing you from a higher vantage point, perceiving you as a special presence, someone they both admire and feel an instinctive urge to shield. This image carries a message that rings crystal clear. You are dwelling in a very elevated energetic space, a realm that not everyone can reach. What is remarkable is that no matter what anyone says, no matter how the environment around you may shift, nothing and no one can obstruct the path you are walking. The card reveals a truth that even now, there may be those who feel unsettled or uncertain in your presence. They question whether their way is truly right, whether their thoughts might be wrong. And some may even feel the pull to let go yet find themselves unable to sever the connection. Still, this energy firmly affirms that everything you are nurturing will ripen, every effort will be rewarded, and your journey will lead toward connection, affection, or a harmonious union much like the essence of the Lover's card. This is also a message of reassurance. The challenges, pressures, or situations that have weighed you down will soon settle. Peace and stability will return, and more than that, there will be even more people who will be drawn toward you, willingly stepping into your world, desiring to be close to you, to align themselves with the rare and luminous energy you are now radiating. I see here the appearance of the Child card alongside the Letter card, and this reveals that in the time ahead, quite a few people will be coming to you to seek advice, to ask questions, or to share their worries and concerns. They may be individuals who are unsure of what to do next, those standing before an important choice and wanting to hear your perspective, or simply people who wish to open up to you, to find a safe and reassuring space where they can lay down the burdens they have been carrying in their hearts. In this phase, your energy is like that of a steady anchor, a reliable pillar of support that others instinctively trust and turn to. Moving into the 4th month, the surrounding energy will become far clearer. The movements of others, Their attitudes, emotions, and intentions will be easier to see, easier to sense, no longer wrapped in ambiguity or difficult to read as they might have been before. This is also the moment when you will find it much easier to tune into the feelings and motivations of others, as though you can read the current of events even as they are unfolding. Earlier, at the end of the third month, the sun had already made its appearance, and now, in the fourth month, that light shines even brighter, illuminating everything and granting you a wider, deeper, and more comprehensive view. What is remarkable here is that even if a situation similar to the present were to repeat itself, at this point you would no longer be pulled into it or shaken as you might have been before. Instead, you stand as the observer, perhaps even able to savor fully the very situations that once caused you anxiety or tension. It is like that saying about being spun around by life, but instead of being dragged by the current, you are the one choosing to dance with it, turning it into a rhythm you love. It reminds me of a lyric that likens life to a dance floor, where you are free to spin, to move in your own way. Here, you are not merely accepting what unfolds, you are genuinely relishing it, embracing it, and enjoying it with your whole heart. When I say you are in control of the situation, the word control might sound strict or rigid, but the energy here is nothing like that. It is more as if you are leading a dance, guiding the rhythm exactly as you wish, yet doing so with joy, with lightness, and with an abundance of inspiration. No one can shake you anymore, and in turn, you are the one creating the waves, becoming the center that draws all attention. This also means that, from the perspective of those around you, you have become an incredibly captivating figure. They are drawn to who you are, to the way you live, to the way you carry yourself, and that only makes them want to be closer to you. Moving into the next part, I will look at what you should keep in mind, as well as the key points you can take as guiding stars to make the most of this positive energy. The message here is clear, and it carries a tone of genuine care. Pay attention to supplementing your body with vitamins, especially vitamin C, natural sources such as lemons, or beverages like CC lemon, vitamin water, or even something as simple as sparkling water with lemon, are all excellent. In addition, the energy of this reading also points to the practice of bathing in carbonated mineral water, those bubble-filled baths that, when you immerse yourself in them, help your body relax, stimulate blood circulation, and bring a soothing sense of lightness. All of these are encouraged as ways to nourish not only your body, but also your spirit. Regarding the points to keep in mind and what could be seen as guiding principles for this phase, the reading emphasizes this. There are times when you need to allow yourself to lean on others. You do not have to carry everything on your own. You do not always have to give 100% of your energy into managing every detail. Try trusting and handing over a portion of the work or responsibility to someone else. The image of it's okay appears in the energy of the reading like an encouraging whisper, telling you to let go, to delegate, to give others the chance to step in and support you. The Four of Wands, which appeared earlier, reinforces this message. Sharing the load not only helps protect your mental and physical well-being, but also creates harmony within your relationships. When you give others the opportunity to help, they feel happy, valued, and a stronger sense of connection begins to grow. This cooperation can spark a we're in this together feeling, deepening the bonds between you and those around you. The energy here reminds you that relying on others does not make you weaker. On the contrary, it makes you stronger because you have support and companionship. Sometimes, that is exactly how enduring relationships are built and how an environment of trust and love is nurtured around you. If you find yourself in a state of taking on too much, always thinking you have to handle everything yourself, this is a gentle nudge to try a different way. See it as a gift you are giving to both yourself and to those who wish to be by your side. For in that exchange of giving and receiving, there is not only the act of help being offered, but also joy, connection, and a warm affection that is sown and allowed to grow. I will bring the reading for those of you drawn to pile 2 to a close here. Thank you for listening and for taking the time to connect with the messages in this spread. If something within these cards resonated with you or stirred a sense of recognition, I hope you might leave a small symbol or a few heartfelt words, so I know that this message has found its rightful place. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to support me. Your support is a precious gift to my spirit, a powerful motivation for me to continue bringing even more meaningful readings. I look forward to seeing you again in the next readings. Hello to those of you who chose pile 3. Thank you for your patience. Now, I will begin the reading for everyone drawn to this pile. My hope is that this spread will bring you healing, new insights, and moments filled with warmth and love. With the theme being what will unfold in your near future, I will first draw a card from the Oracle deck to shed more light on what lies ahead. Here, I have received a card carrying the meaning of challenge, a signal of the opening of a new and exciting journey. The energy of this spread clearly shows that you will be stepping into a challenge or embarking on something entirely new, with its origin rooted in the influence of someone else. It may be the words, the perspective, the point of view, or the advice of a certain person that strikes you so strongly it shifts your outlook, helping you find a clearer path forward and, in turn, helping you grow. Among the cards that have appeared, I see the Road, a card representing a male figure and the Child. This combination strongly suggests that you may receive a positive influence from someone, possibly a man or someone who plays a guiding role, who awakens within you a spirit of exploration and sparks your creativity. If you have recently been feeling uncertain, torn between multiple choices, not knowing which direction to take or what method or approach to follow, then in the near future, you will find a very clear sense of direction. You will feel, this is the road I want to walk. This is the way forward for me. The reading also indicates that you will step into a challenge, but one that opens up new potential. Notably, this spread contains many cards infused with creative energy, which makes me believe that many of you here are, or will be, involved in creative work, artistic pursuits, or activities rooted in exploration, design, production, and innovation. If you are already in such a field, then the influences coming from those around you, or from a particular collaborator, will propel you into a new stage of radiant growth. This is truly a very positive sign. I also want to add that in this reading, the letter card appears right at the center position among the three main cards. The central position is always the focal point, holding the core essence of the message. Here, its appearance in the present context reveals that right now, you are at a moment where important information, ideas, or messages are coming to you. I sense this as the energy of new ideas, of sudden and groundbreaking inspirations. You may be the type of person who greatly values your own way of working, someone with principles, with clear standards, with a distinctive style, and in recent times, you may have felt stuck or reached a plateau, as if going through a creative block or experiencing a period of stagnation where no clear direction seemed to appear. Looking toward the future in a general sense, this is already promising, but if you are viewing this reading through the lens of love, the story unfolds with even more layers. There may be someone new appearing who catches your attention, and that person could even become a romantic rival. Alternatively, it may be that for quite some time now, you haven't met anyone who truly matches the ideal image you've been holding in your heart, no matter how much you have hoped or searched. There are also those of you who currently have someone beside you, yet that person may not fully meet the deep expectations or desires within you. All of these situations, whether it is stagnation in love or a sense of disappointment with the present, are being addressed by this reading with the message that you will soon break free from them. You will break free from this period of stagnation, stepping out of that standstill, and the worries or lingering concerns that have been surrounding you will gradually be lifted. And it will not stop at simply removing the obstacles. You may even find yourself receiving something far more wonderful than anything you had ever imagined. The reading shows that through the words, perspective, insight, or encouragement of someone significant, perhaps a partner, a lover, or a trusted confidant, you will discover the way forward, moving out of inertia into a new state brimming with excitement. In that space, you will receive values, gifts of the spirit, or opportunities that you feel are the best you have ever encountered. This is truly a beautiful energy. What makes this even more striking is that the letter card appears here as well, giving me a very strong sense that you will be receiving a message or piece of news that is decisive. It feels like a signal, a key that opens a new direction. Wanting to clarify this further, I drew another card from the Angel Answers deck to see exactly what you might receive. The card's message is, communicate clearly your intentions and desires. In the imagery, I see two figures, and they are dolphins. Dolphins, unlike humans, do not speak with words, yet they communicate through sonar and echo, holding a deep reverence for teamwork, connection, and the instinct to protect their pod. This symbolism confirms that you will receive words, messages, or a deeper meaning from someone or something you truly hold in high regard. And it is from this very piece of information, this message, or this signal, that everything will begin to crystallize. The road ahead, which until now may have seemed hazy, will start to reveal itself with clear, tangible steps, guiding you toward where you are meant to go. This is perhaps the central theme running through the entire reading, finding your way forward through a message, an exchange, or a meaningful connection. Next, I will take you through the timeline in detail, the first month, the second month, the third month, and the fourth month to see how each stage will open and what developments will unfold. So now let us begin with the very first month, the first row of cards here, to see what will unfold during that time. The energy shows that in the first month, you will be receiving information, words, perspectives, or opinions coming from the people around you. But this is not a matter of you listening passively. Rather, you will be in a state of keen observation, deep analysis, and careful selection, discerning what is truly good, fitting, and beneficial for yourself. It is as though you are standing within your own personal space, a safe and protective circle, meticulously examining each source of information, every piece of advice, every signal from the outside world before allowing it to penetrate into your inner being. You will weigh what serves you best while remaining vigilant against anything that could negatively influence you, safeguarding both your heart and your personal world from harmful interference. I drew an additional card to clarify this month, and the Tower appeared. The Tower is often associated with sudden, unexpected situations, events that strike like lightning, moments that can shake your perception or even your reality. The moment I saw this card, I immediately drew another, and it was truly wonderful to see the sun emerge. The energy here is intensely powerful and overwhelmingly positive. The sun appears at the very end of this first row of cards, indicating that no matter what shock or unexpected occurrence the Tower represents, the final outcome will still be light, clarity, warmth, and goodness. Alongside those two cards is the Child card. This combination carries a deeply resonant message. This may be the moment when you are finally released from old wounds, from memories or painful experiences that once left deep imprints in your past. If you have been carrying within you a sorrow, a heartbreak, or even a form of emotional trauma, then this month marks a turning point, a chance for you to unravel those bindings and begin to heal. It may also be that during this time, you will receive information from the outside that at first leaves you feeling unsettled or deeply stirred, yet this very experience will open the door for you to sever the negative influence of such words or messages, shielding yourself from harmful energies and gradually soothing emotional scars that have lingered for far too long. For others of you, this could be a period in which you receive news or a message that completely transforms the way you see the world. It might come in the form of advice, an event, or an unexpected truth, but through it, your perspectives and life values will either expand or shift in a profound way. And because the sun is here, this change is not negative. In fact, it brings with it a feeling of brightness, positivity, and liberation. You will feel as though you are stepping out from the shadows, illuminated and infused with a fresh current of energy that strengthens your confidence and empowers you to move forward. The reading shows clearly that you are in a state of heightened awareness, with the ability to perceive, analyze, and filter information with great discernment. You are not quick to believe or accept everything that comes from the outside. Instead, you will carefully weigh for yourself what is truly fitting, what is genuinely beneficial. And here, the message points to the fact that you will receive a source of information or something of genuine value, something that will guide you straight toward the sun, meaning toward a result that is positive, clear, and brimming with vibrant energy. The Anchor card appears here as a reminder of establishing a firm belief, an unshakable foundation within yourself. When combined with the energy of the sun that appeared earlier, I sense that the figure associated with the sun in this reading is actually a specific person in your life, someone who may play a key role in influencing, inspiring, and impacting you. Their image evokes the sense of a person with strong responsibility, with clear principles and life values, someone who always holds firmly to their core alignment and is not easily swayed by external fluctuations. They are consistent in both thought and action, and they also seem to be the kind of person who enjoys surprises, someone who likes to create moments of joy or unexpected delight for others. Furthermore, this person could be someone who works independently, holds a leadership position, or carries a role with significant responsibility. They might even be a business owner. To clarify further, I drew another card to better understand the qualities of this person who will have such an influence on you. The card that appeared carried the energy of influence, indicating that this individual will not only impact you, but also leave a lasting and powerful impression. And when I asked specifically what they would bring into your life, the Child card appeared. This imagery gives me the sense that they carry within themselves a purity, an innocence, and a certain childlike quality. In terms of social connections, they tend to build depth rather than breadth, meaning they choose to maintain fewer relationships, but ones that are strong, enduring, and of high quality. Alongside that, there is also in them a sense of openness, and at times, a precious, almost childlike innocence. If you recognize someone like this in your own life, It is possible that the two of you share many points of resonance, not only in outward appearance or style, but also in the deeper layers of the inner self, in the way you perceive and interpret the world. And it is precisely from this similarity that you may find yourself easily moved. Your values or your way of thinking could shift, inspired and positively influenced by their presence. Then, when I drew another card for confirmation, the Bear appeared, a card carrying the energy of protection, strength, and warmth. This shows that this person will not only influence you, but will also give you a profound sense of safety, of being shielded, and of being empowered. This is truly a benevolent and deeply precious influence. I sense that for some of you, this month will mark the moment when you are released from pressures that may have weighed heavily on your spirit or even on your path of growth for some time. These could be pressures from your work environment, from the expectations of others, or even from the demands you have placed upon yourself. When this energy comes through, it speaks not only of removing burdens, but also of stepping into a higher position than where you currently stand, as though the door to a new level, a new role, or a new opportunity is now opening before you. The figure who appears in this reading, the one whose influence over you is so profound, can truly be seen as someone who brings good fortune into your life. Their energy is unmistakable, either a man or someone who embodies a strong masculine essence, regardless of gender. They carry the spirit of challenge, the courage to take action, and an unwavering drive to move forward with a proactive, determined energy. The card representing the masculine principle also speaks of action, strength, and steadfastness, painting the image of someone who not only initiates, but also shoulders deep responsibility for what they do. They are the kind of person willing to step into new challenges without hesitation and unafraid to lead or make decisive choices in critical moments. The influence this person has on you is clear and undeniable. You may find yourself changing the way you work, reshaping your direction, or even transforming entirely your perspective and value system. With them, you could experience a pivotal turning point, a shift that reverses your current circumstances, and this change comes wholly in a positive way, opening the door to new opportunities and promising horizons. Moving forward to the second month, we look at what will unfold then. The card that appears here bears the message of perfect timing, a beautiful sign that this is the moment for you to shine even brighter, to radiate your personal magnetism and energy to the fullest. If, in the earlier stage, the reading showed you receiving influence from someone else, then in this month the energy shifts toward you projecting your own personal imprint outward, in a way that is distinctly and authentically your own. There is a change in approach, perhaps a shift in how you connect, interact, and collaborate with this person, or a change in how you approach your work, your projects, or the goals you have set for this year. You begin reassessing your methods, making adjustments, experimenting, and discovering the rhythm and way of working that best suits you, all while expressing more of your individuality, your uniqueness, and the qualities that set you apart. When I drew an additional clarifying card, the moon appeared, and interestingly, earlier we had already seen the sun, along with a card carrying the message of challenge. The simultaneous presence of both the sun and the moon speaks of a process that balances reason and emotion, combining both illumination and a heightened sense of intuition. This makes me feel even more strongly that the second month will be a period in which you adjust your approach, experiment with different methods, and carefully weigh your direction, as if you were asking yourself, which path should I take to achieve the best outcome? And immediately after that, the Seven of Cups in reverse emerged, a clear sign that you are becoming more decisive, no longer distracted or confused by too many vague possibilities, but instead gaining clarity and determination to focus on what truly matters. This is the moment where you step out of uncertainty and into a journey that is more deliberate, more lucid, and fully within your control. Here, I also see the appearance of the Five of Pentacles, a sign that in this second month, you will receive support, encouragement, or a helping hand from outside. This could come as tangible, practical assistance, or simply as emotional support delivered exactly when you need it most. At the same time, the Knight card also appears, and this card often heralds help arriving from another person, as if someone will actively reach out to assist you, offering advice or suggesting a new direction. When you are in doubt, they may tell you, try going this way, or doing it this way will work better. They not only give you ideas, but also ignite within you the confidence to take action, helping you find the way out of a difficult situation or relieving the heavy burden of a lingering worry. The appearance of the perfect timing card further reinforces the message that this is precisely the moment for you to begin unlocking your own uniqueness and leaving your personal mark. The energy in this spread evokes the image of two seemingly separate elements that you are able to harmonize and blend together, creating something entirely new. This combination may require time to grow and take shape, but through that process, you will discover your own method, a clear approach, and a distinct style that is undeniably yours. Step by step, you will define your principles, your preferences, and your unwavering commitment to your individuality, and from there, you will craft an image of yourself that cannot be mistaken for anyone else. When I drew further cards to hear more clearly the message the spread wanted to emphasize, I received the garden and the clover together. This strongly suggests the likelihood of encountering a new connection, one that may not necessarily be romantic, but could be a fresh bond in your work, friendships, or community. This could be the moment you enter a new environment or community, one with an atmosphere that feels pleasant, supportive, and aligned with your energy. For those of you currently working, this could mean transitioning to a new job, joining a new team, or building a fresh network of relationships filled with potential. That said, I do not sense this as a change of environment in the sense that you must completely leave the old behind. Rather, it feels more like a shift within your circle of connections and relationships. There may be a change in personnel, an adjustment within your team, or the arrival of new individuals who are more in sync with you, making your surroundings feel lighter, more harmonious, and far better suited to your energy. And then, the Strength card emerges, a card brimming with power and positivity. It speaks of the possibility that, in the past, you may have endured considerable difficulties or challenges in your relationships, having faced interactions that left you weary or burdened. Yet from this stage onward, the energy begins to shift, placing you in an environment where you feel at ease to express yourself, where you are met with support and understanding. This is the moment for you to harness your inner strength to its fullest potential, while at the same time maintaining peace and harmony in the relationships around you. The appearance of the Strength card here also suggests that, for some of you, there will be an opportunity to rise to a higher position, take on a more significant role, or become someone who is deeply trusted and respected by those around you. It's not simply about being recognized. You may also become a source of inspiration, a figure that others look up to and admire. However, to attain such a position and level of influence, the Patience card also reveals itself, serving as a reminder that the path ahead will not be swift or effortless. You will need to remain steadfast, resilient, and unwavering in your unique identity and personal magnetism, overcoming each challenge one step at a time. This is especially true for those who have already endured long periods of trials and hardships, where patience was your constant companion. It is precisely through these continuous efforts and your refusal to give up that you now stand at the threshold of a new chapter, one where you can finally be yourself, doing what you desire with a greater sense of ease and freedom. Moreover, the energy in this spread also indicates that you will not walk this path alone. There will be people by your side who play a supportive role, helping you move forward with greater ease in carrying out your plans and fulfilling your aspirations. When I drew additional cards to clarify the message of the perfect timing, a vivid image emerged. This is a period of blending, of harmonizing two distinct elements to create something entirely new. It is not solely about your own ideas, but rather the fusion of your perspective, values, or strengths with those of another person. The result of this collaboration is a shared creation, one that carries your unique imprint while also being enriched and elevated by the positive influence of the other. If, the moment you hear this, you immediately feel it resonates with your current situation, then embrace this message wholeheartedly. And if it is not yet entirely clear, let me elaborate. The spread also reveals a movement, a shift. This could take the form of personnel changes, adjustments within a group, or changes within a relationship. The key here is that you are not necessarily the one initiating the change in position. Rather, it is the environment around you that is evolving and transforming. The Four of Cups appears as a confirmation that both the atmosphere and the people surrounding you will shift in a way that makes it easier for you to connect, collaborate, and carry out your work in the manner you truly desire. This environment will gradually be arranged and adjusted to better align with your energy and your goals, creating the right conditions for you to express your abilities freely while still maintaining comfort and a strong sense of agency in everything you do. The Nine of Wands appears here in this spread as if it were meant specifically for those of you who, upon hearing the earlier messages, still have not truly felt them align or have yet to clearly recognize their relevance. This card serves as an expansion, a deeper explanation for those who may feel as though they are drifting without direction or struggling to connect with the current flow of life. Perhaps you are in a phase where your spirit feels worn down, your motivation has waned, and you are unsure how to face the situations before you. Or, in matters of the heart, you may not yet have found someone who matches your ideal image. It could also be that you have entered a still, stagnant period, one where you feel blocked, uninspired, and lacking the drive to keep moving forward. However, the energy here indicates that something is on its way to lift your spirit, a positive piece of news, a heartfelt piece of advice, a fresh perspective, or even an action from someone that is enough to reignite the flame within you. It could be a word of encouragement, an inspiring new idea, or an approach you had never considered before. Whatever form it takes, it will help you restore your enthusiasm, elevate your mindset, and rekindle the passion needed to continue on your path. The bear also makes an appearance, bringing with it the energy of protection, support, and inner strength. It emphasizes that this motivation will not simply be a fleeting emotion, but rather a true empowerment, something strong enough to help you rise and step forward again. For those of you who are seeking employment or hoping to change your work environment, this is a sign that you will discover the solution or the opportunity you have been longing for, perhaps stumbling upon a place where you feel, yes, this is where I belong, or finding a way to break through the barriers that have kept you stuck. I sense that this is deeply connected to the energy of the very first month, when you received a positive influence from someone or from a particular event, and that very influence became the key that opened the path for you to discover your direction. The card, if you believe, emerges here like a message, reminding you that what you receive will depend entirely on whether you have enough faith to reach out and claim it. The imagery on this card shows a hand offering a cup, almost like a gift or an opportunity, and the question being asked is, are you ready to accept it? This is the moment for you to decide, because if you open your hands and welcome it, the road ahead will unfold towards something brighter, more promising, and, most importantly, it will reignite the source of strength and motivation within you. I can very clearly see the image of someone extending toward you something significant, whether it be a gift, an opportunity, or an important proposal. I wanted to look deeper into what exactly this person might be offering you, and the energy of the spread strongly suggests that it is most likely an idea, a new direction to follow. The presence of cups and the fact that earlier we saw the Seven of Cups appear already hints at choices, diverse possibilities, and multiple paths that could open before you. And then, the Tower appears once again. This makes me want to explore further into the method or the very nature of this change, because its energy often carries both the force of sudden transformation and the liberation that comes after an inevitable shift. And as I drew further, the image of storks appeared, a striking sign that the change ahead is not merely surface level, but reaches deep into the very roots of your life. This could be connected to your current living environment, your private and personal space, or even to the entire framework of your thought patterns. I see the image of a tower symbolizing what you have painstakingly built over time, and this person will play the role of urging you forward or supporting you in transforming it, refreshing it, and restructuring it so that it becomes more aligned, more harmonious, and more comfortable for you. It is as though this person is saying to you, why not move to a place that is calmer, more breathable, where everything can flow for you with greater ease? The imagery of a flock of storks flying toward the Ten of Cups further reinforces this message, Ten of Cups being the emblem of fulfillment, happiness, and serenity, an ideal destination for the soul. The message here is crystal clear. Someone will lead you out of a place that feels stifling, restrictive, or less than favorable, guiding you toward an environment that is better, softer, and more in tune with your being. Their role is not just in taking you there physically, but in expanding your mindset, helping you become more flexible, lighter, and gentler in how you perceive and approach life. The presence of the Tower in this context does not carry the destructive connotation it sometimes does. Here, it speaks of breaking apart rigidity, dismantling overly strict frameworks or rules that have been confining you. This energy evokes the image of systems of regulations, bureaucratic structures, or binding constraints, and you being liberated from them, stepping into a space where you can breathe, move, and express yourself freely and authentically. For many of you, this will be the moment when you truly feel the weight begin to lift, the pressure slowly dissolving into a sense of relief. You may discover a place where, the moment you set foot there, something inside you says instantly, yes, this is where I can work, live, or settle with ease. And the person who helps you arrive at that place will be a pivotal figure, the key that opens the door to change, guiding you from a confined, restrictive space into a vast, open sky where you can finally experience genuine freedom and peace. I can see very clearly that it is in this new place or within this new environment, that you will have the opportunity to fully radiate your innate charm, the magnetic energy that, in your old circumstances, you might not have been able to express completely. This is truly a remarkable sign for the second month, a time when you not only find the right place to belong, but also begin to unleash your own unique energy and talents, allowing everything to gradually settle into a better, more harmonious rhythm. Then, as I look ahead along your path, the reading draws me into the third month. The Mountain card emerges, its image suggesting that after you have made this shift in place, environment, or circumstances, you immediately embark on a new journey of challenge. It is like beginning a climb toward a summit, aiming for that high point you long to reach. The road ahead will not necessarily be smooth. There may be obstacles or moments of fatigue. Yet the reading affirms that you possess more than enough strength, resilience, and resolve to overcome them. The presence of the Patience card reinforces this. Your innate potential is vast. You are not only capable of facing the trials before you, but also of mastering them, reaching a significant milestone where you establish a solid axis for yourself, or even form a new core belief, a guiding principle that becomes central to your life moving forward. When I delved deeper into the energy of this period, the additional cards revealed the image of the tree, a powerful symbol of steady growth, enduring vitality, continuity, and stability. This imagery speaks of your ability to build lasting resilience, to maintain your pace, and to keep expanding in a consistent and sustainable way. What is unfolding for you now is not a fleeting victory nor a brief moment of luck, but a gradual, deliberate progression, each step grounded, solid, and moving you steadily forward. However, alongside this, the Snake card has also made its appearance. In the Lenormand system, the snake often carries layered meanings. It can represent temptation, hidden complexities, or challenges that require tact and skill to navigate. This serves as a reminder that in this phase, you will need sharp focus and wisdom to handle unexpected turns, ensuring you are not drawn into negativity or entangled in unnecessary conflicts. I then turned to the Angel Answers deck for further clarity, and the card Trust emerged. Here, it stands as a clear affirmation that you must trust in your own principles, values, and steadfastness. This is about practicing positive persistence, holding firmly to what you know is right and what truly serves your well-being, allowing these convictions to guide you unwaveringly along your path. And as I probed even deeper, the card indicating resolution within the next few weeks, or possibly a few months, came forth. This suggests that whatever challenges or tangled situations the snake alludes to will find their resolution within a relatively short span of time. All that is required of you is to keep your faith unshaken, remain true to your chosen direction, and continue moving forward with steady, deliberate steps. In summary, the third month marks the phase where you step into a mountain of challenges, yet at the same time, it is also the moment you begin to truly define your strength, your resilience, and a much clearer sense of your own path. This is a period imbued with the energy of training, fortifying, and comprehensively upgrading yourself, enabling you to not only grow in maturity, but also draw closer to the goals you have set for yourself. Within this third month, I see very distinctly a profound inner transformation taking place within you. This is the time when your positive persistence, your personal principles, and the unique facets of your individuality take on a sharper, more unmistakable form than ever before. Here, the Cross card appears alongside the Snake card. And with this particular image of the snake, I do not sense the presence of negativity or toxicity. On the contrary, it evokes the symbolic imagery of the serpent and the apple in the story of the origin of knowledge, an association that instantly brings to mind the Lover's card in tarot. The meaning here speaks of attraction, of inspiration, of an irresistible current of energy that arises from your own ideas, your individuality, and the magnetic pull that emanates naturally from within you. The spread reveals that you will no longer suppress what belongs to your truest nature. Instead, you will dare to bring it forth into the open with confidence. From this point on, your personal magnetism will radiate with far greater intensity, and this is also the moment when the signature marks of your own brand begin to take shape. It is not merely about allure, but about the emergence of a selfhood imbued with its own distinct color, a style, a method, a perspective that others will find nearly impossible to mistake for anyone else's. The Anchor card appears immediately afterward, reinforcing this message even further. You are moving toward a state of stability and steadfastness, as if you have finally found a point of anchorage for your very being. It could be the realization that this is who I truly am, this is the method that aligns with me best, or this is the work, the field, the calling I was born to dedicate myself to. For many of you, This may also mark a significant transition into a specialization or a professional field in which you truly hold mastery, where you rise to a position of influence, authority, and your own distinct voice. However, the energy here also makes it clear that this is not a realm that can be entered lightly. It demands discipline, perseverance, and steady, deliberate steps forward. But once you set foot within it, no one will be able to take it away from you, because it is rooted in the very essence of who you are and the core values that define you. As I continued to draw more cards for greater clarity, the Garden card emerged, an image representing community, social circles, and meaningful connections. I sense that what you create will not remain confined to your personal sphere. It will expand outward, resonating with and gaining recognition from those around you. Immediately following this came the Path card, signaling a choice to be made or a clear direction unfolding before you, one that you will soon step onto with purpose. And finally, the Trust card appeared once again, as if to affirm beyond doubt that this path is truly yours, one that belongs to you alone, not borrowed or shaped by anyone else's design. The beautiful thing about this stage is that there will be people who, upon observing the way you work and the way you live, will instantly recognize it and say, yes, this is your style. This is truly yours. No one else could do it exactly the same way. This is the moment when your name, your signature mark, and your individuality become clearly defined and begin to etch themselves into the memory of those who encounter you. The spread reveals that your energy will reach such a state where your worldview, your style, and your personal imprint are so distinctly shaped that with just one glance, others will immediately know, this is you. This individuality, this unique identity, will not only reside within, but will radiate outward, becoming the emblematic image that others carry of you. Accompanying this is a message about sovereignty, the one holding the power to choose, the one charting the course, the one deciding the next step forward is you. When you stand at a crossroads, it will be you who says, I will go in this direction. I will take this path. You will no longer be led by circumstances or allow others to decide for you. Instead, you will stand at the center, as the axis, as the one steering your own ship. The spread also points to this being the time when a new belief or a new guiding principle will be born, a form of positive persistence that arises from lived experience, from maturity, and from truly understanding yourself. The message here is, cherish it, safeguard it, and carry it with you on the road ahead, for when doubt clouds your way, it is this belief that will serve as your compass, realigning your steps. And here, the Sun card appears radiant, powerful energy like the image of a sun god, like a blazing heart, carrying within it the life force of illumination. This image stirs the sense that from now on, within you there will be a firm point of direction, something you believe in with the deepest conviction of your heart. The sun also signifies a guiding light, and here I feel strongly that there may be a person or a figure who will play the role of guiding you forward. This could be an inspiring figure, a teacher, a mentor, or even a great ideal toward which you set your sights. The energy of this spread shows that you will run toward that light, embracing it as your guiding direction, as the anchor you turn to whenever uncertainty arises. Whether that light takes the form of a specific person or a cherished ideal, it will become your own personal sun, a source of radiance that not only illuminates your path, but also fuels your strength to keep moving forward. The cards reveal that this is a deeply positive direction. The flower and the clover appear alongside the card representing yourself, serving as a clear affirmation that this is the moment when you set a definite goal and commit to moving toward it with unwavering determination. Along this journey, your style and individuality will be honed and refined, allowing you to become more and more the most authentic and distinctive version of yourself. The energy here repeats the same message over and over. As you walk the path toward your goal, you will be learning, creating, and imprinting your unique signature, and this will form the solid foundation for long-term growth. This is the story of the third month. Moving into the fourth month, the energy shifts into a different phase. The Recovery card appears, signaling a period of pause, a time for you to slow down, to restore your strength, and to regenerate your energy. This is not just physical rest, but also a deep renewal of the spirit, allowing you to rebalance your rhythm and reclaim the endurance you will need for the road ahead. Alongside this comes a message connected to the idea of holding, breaking, releasing. Here, holding refers to the stage where you remain loyal to the methods and approaches of your guide, the person who has inspired or taught you, much like the steadfast process of learning by heart and fully mastering the foundational principles. This is the grounding step, the phase in which you absorb the techniques, the discipline, and the methodology in their purest, most accurate form. Then comes the stage of breaking, not a reckless tearing down, but the very first step toward independence. This is when you begin to think for yourself, to discover ways to adapt, transform, and reshape what you have learned so it fits you more closely. Almost like entering the phase of personalizing and imprinting your own essence onto the knowledge and skills you have acquired. It is the transition from merely memorizing and following to innovating and creating your own unique methods. This connects directly with the earlier message about the formation of individuality. In the 4th month, you will be both reinforcing your foundation and preparing to step into a new stage, one where your creativity, your unique identity, and your true self will shine more brilliantly than ever before. From that very starting point, I see the message that you will use reason, clarity of thought, and steadfastness in your convictions to establish a fresh worldview, one that bears your unmistakable imprint, and you will nurture it through the richness of your imagination. Perhaps this is exactly what the cards are urging you to recognize. Here appears the Coffin card, which in this context speaks of influence, something or someone external leaving an imprint on you, and from that influence, you will begin to forge your own way of working. This will not only make your actions feel more natural and effortless, but will also allow you to fully reveal and radiate your charms, your strengths, and the unique facets of your personality. This is the process of constructing your distinctive worldview, a grand landscape that only you have the ability to paint. It is no coincidence that from the very beginning the cards presented the theme of challenge. This suggests that many of you are on the threshold of a brand new journey, a fresh challenge, where you boldly step forward to experience what you have never ventured into before. I sense that for many of you, this will relate more to your career, projects, or personal endeavors rather than love. It could be that you are nurturing a passion or hobby and longing to turn it into your life's work, or perhaps you are ready to take your very first steps into a field you have always yearned to explore. The energy of this spread conjures the image of personal growth, professional daring, and creative expression, more so than the tender stirrings of romance. And because this is a time of true shaping and definition, the cards remind you that you will be affirming and establishing your own world in a way that is deeply personal. Then from there, you will nurture and expand it through the power of imagination. Imagination here meaning the creative force to bring something real into existence, not merely daydreaming. This is a profoundly auspicious sign. The appearance of the moon card strengthens this message even further, signaling a surge of fresh inspiration, with brilliant sparks of unique ideas continuously emerging in your mind. These will not be the familiar or previously seen notions, but rather streams of creativity carrying an entirely new breath, breaking away from old patterns. The card also reveals that you will be opening your heart to experiment with many different things, and through that, you will gradually define your own path and direction more clearly. The further you move forward, the more doors you will see opening, new paths, new opportunities, and hidden potentials brought into the light. This process will be like a journey of seeking and harvesting ideas, where each experience helps you discover yet another direction you can choose to pursue. No matter which method you choose to follow, the message affirms that you are someone with the innate ability to learn and absorb from every single experience. Every approach, every path you take will leave you with a treasure of knowledge and skills that you can transform into your own. In other words, you carry within you a powerful adaptability and the capacity to turn every experience into a foundation for your long-term growth. And it is precisely this that will allow you to keep moving forward with steadfastness, no matter which crossroads you find yourself standing at. Now, regarding this third person, I must say, your energy is remarkably strong and deeply impressive. To gain a clearer understanding, I will draw a few more additional cards. Here appears the Seven of Pentacles, a vivid image of you thinking, evaluating, and reflecting on the methods and approaches to carry out your work in a way that is more reasonable and effective. It feels as though you are in a phase of reviewing, recalculating your direction, or reconsidering how to implement your plans to achieve the best possible outcome. Let me draw further to explore this in more depth. And here comes Temperance in reverse, a sign that at times you may feel confused, your mind becoming scattered and unfocused, or easily swayed and drawn into the whirlpool of external influences. This energy also mirrors an inner state of dispersion, making it difficult to maintain a stable and harmonious balance within. Following that is the Lovers. As I have shared before, this is not solely a card about romantic relationships, but also a powerful symbol of creativity, the ability to generate new ideas, and a mind rich with artistic vision. This card reveals that even if, in the near future, you encounter people or circumstances that may easily cause you to waver or be pulled into following someone else's pace, deep within you lies an original wellspring of creative invention and a unique magnetic charm that no one can replicate or replace. It is this very essence that will safeguard you, keep you standing firm, and enable you to continue along the path that is truly your own. Even though this is a love reading, the message still shows that you will no longer be swayed by emotional turbulence or the pressures imposed by others. You will gradually learn how to handle everything in a way that flows more smoothly and aligns with your own truth, maintaining your sense of agency in every situation. Even when information, words, or actions from others leave you pondering or uncertain, or when there are individuals who attempt to interfere with or influence you, you will find yourself less and less affected by such factors over time. Alongside this, the crescent card, or a similar symbolic image within the oracle deck, appears, carrying a message of releasing yourself from the wounds of the heart, moving beyond a period of emotional trauma, and opening into a new beginning, a rebirth, or a complete renewal of your own energy. This is a card of profound healing and powerful transformation. However, I also see the Clouds card, which suggests that there may still be moments when you slip into a quieter, more subdued state, as though entering a phase of stagnation or a mild inner crisis. The cause could stem from the influence of another person or an unexpected event that temporarily prevents you from expressing your natural magnetism to its fullest. If such a situation arises, if you feel constrained or unable to fully channel your inherent gifts, then at that moment, the most important thing will be to find a way to address it so you can break through and move forward. And so, I will continue to consult the deck to see what you should do in those moments to overcome the blockages and reignite the wellspring of your own energy. In moments like these, the letter card and the key card appear, and I feel this is precisely the most important message the reading wishes to convey to you. When you find yourself in such a situation, the message is this: no matter what the circumstances may be, there is always a future waiting ahead of you. There is always a path opening up for you beyond the present. From the very beginning, the cards spoke of the influence of someone or an external factor affecting you, but at this point, the energy shows that you will discover a solution of your own, that you will actively create the answer to your own circumstances. I draw further to clarify, and the Child card emerges, a crystal clear image of a new beginning, of something being born from within you. This message affirms even more strongly that you will be the one to create, to nurture, and to set into motion entirely new values, new projects, new ideas that are uniquely yours. Not only that, but beside you stands someone who plays the role of a steadfast support, a companion, a protector, someone who wholeheartedly stands by your side. This could be the person who walks with you through the process of shaping your new path, who becomes your strongest source of encouragement. The imagery on the card shows them pointing toward the sun, a symbol of clarity, success, and radiant vitality. This connects powerfully with the earlier message about you forming an entirely new worldview imbued with your personal signature, and this time, within that very worldview, you will define your direction more clearly, find ways to renew yourself, and set new goals. There may come a moment when you realize, I want to try doing it this way, or I will walk this path, and from there, you will make your choice with steadfast conviction and move forward. On this journey, you are by no means alone. There will be someone to support you, someone to offer guidance, someone to inspire you, and even someone to contribute precious ideas that can help you grow. The overarching message is that during this period, especially in the fourth phase of the journey, whether that means the fourth month from now or the fourth stage within a particular cycle, many of you will witness the birth of something entirely new, a project, an opportunity, an idea, or a promising beginning, uplifted and empowered so that you can walk firmly and confidently along the path you have chosen. And then, even though along that path there may be moments that leave you weary, challenges that test your resilience, or even certain influences, individuals, or circumstances that attempt to hinder or restrain your progress, the message here is that you are fully capable of letting go, of turning away, of refusing to be drawn into those negative energies. At the beginning, you may have been influenced by someone, by their way of working, their manner, or perhaps you learned from and followed another person's method, but over time, you will gradually move toward transforming everything to suit yourself more fully, doing things in a way that carries your own unmistakable signature. Not only that, you are being shown that there will be additional goals, new destinations that you will consciously set for yourself, creating fresh motivation and a clearer direction ahead. This is truly a profoundly positive and heartening sign. Immediately after that, The tree card appears, a symbol of growth, steady development, and endurance over time. When I delved deeper, the message came through with great clarity. This is a sign of things that you can sustain for the long term, connections, projects, or journeys that can last for many years, becoming a stable and enduring part of your life. Following this, the heart card also appears, a truly beautiful omen. Although this time it shows up in reverse, I keep its core meaning but expand it to encompass another layer. Even in moments when your motivation wanes, when your spirit dips due to hurt, heartbreak, or the sting of rejection and opposition from someone that weighs upon your heart, the message still reveals that you will find long-lasting bonds or embark on a path you can commit to and uphold steadfastly through the years. And when those moments of emotional decline come, I asked the deck what you should do. The Three of Cups emerged, an image of joy, of connection, of friends and community who are always ready to share in your happiness, to celebrate with you, and to lift you up. This card speaks of the fact that you are never truly alone. Surrounding you are people who bring encouragement, joy, and warmth into your life. They may be close friends, colleagues, family members, or a circle of like-minded souls, those who will celebrate with you every time you achieve something meaningful and who will be there to help you rise whenever you need to restore your spirit. In fact, the imagery of the card shows them all around you, encircling you with their support and affection, creating a warm and protective ring brimming with positive, life-giving energy. And here, not only does the image of your number one companion appear, the one dearest to you, the most steadfast and essential presence in your life, but there is also the arrival of comrades, of kindred spirits who share your vision and purpose. The spread makes it abundantly clear that you are not alone. You are surrounded by true allies, people ready to walk alongside you, to spark excitement and to heighten your sense of drive. Even if they are in the same profession or field as you, and even if at times you might perceive them as rivals, the energy here still carries the essence of camaraderie, of companionship united under a shared goal. They are not simply fellow travelers on your path, they are catalysts, stirring the atmosphere, igniting inspiration, and filling you with a renewed eagerness to forge ahead. The message conjures the image of a powerful ripple effect. Each member of the group, when connected with the others, gains a surge of energy, and your own spirit is lifted higher and higher through this resonance. Even in moments when your pace falters or your light dims, it is these very people who will catch you, who will help you rise again, and who will rekindle the flames of your passion. This is an exceptionally auspicious sign. Alongside this, there emerges the energy of profound connection, deep, unbreakable bonds that are forming now and will continue to strengthen over time. Moreover, there will be those who help you express, unfold, and radiate the full beauty of your gifts and your innate magnetism. They are like quiet yet steadfast guardians standing just behind you, present, grounded, and unwavering, giving you the peace of mind and the confidence to step forward. Their very presence affirms with absolute clarity that you are always supported, always anchored, always held. I continue to draw another card, and the moon appears, a truly beautiful sign. This card evokes the energy of creativity, of artistry, of nurturing the imagination, and it also carries with it a reminder of the challenges you have faced or are about to encounter. Earlier in the spread, there was a card that signified trials and tests, and now, with the moon present, the message becomes even clearer. The majority of you in this group may be pursuing, or will soon pursue, something rooted in creativity, artistry, or a field that demands innovation, exploration, and the courage to step forward into the unknown. For those of you who are viewing this reading in the context of love, the energy here reveals the presence of someone who will always be ready to listen, to share, and to offer guidance when you need it most, a confidant, or perhaps your partner themselves, who will become your greatest source of support. No matter what twists, turns, or difficulties your love life may go through, this person remains beside you, offering their unwavering closeness, their constant presence, and their steadfast commitment never to leave you. This is something incredibly precious, and it stands as a powerful affirmation that you are loved, cherished, and protected. When I take in the broader view, I see that the message in this fourth stage of your journey does not place its primary focus on romantic love, but instead leans towards social connections, personal relationships, and the challenges you are facing in your own process of growth and self-development. This is a stage of connection, of collaboration, and of expanding positive energy, a time when those who walk alongside you will help you travel farther and reach higher. And then, when I ask specifically about love during this phase, The card Prepare for Union reveals itself, a powerful and significant card that heralds profound and astonishing shifts to come. The spread reveals the presence of someone who will be able to open their arms and embrace you wholly, not merely accepting you, but holding you with a profound compassion that comes from deep within their heart. The energy here is pure and luminous, carrying the essence of a love untainted, where this person will receive every part of who you are without judgment, without condition. For those of you who already have someone special in your life, this message heralds a deepening of your bond, one that transcends physical closeness and blossoms into a heartfelt connection. This relationship will no longer be sustained merely by surface-level attraction or physical desire, but will instead evolve into a union of souls, where both of you can truly feel and understand each other. If there are moments of intimacy between you, the energy here speaks of those moments as being far more than physical touch. They will be filled with a warm, tender love that envelopes you, allowing you to feel, in every fiber of your being, the reverence and gentle care your partner holds for you. The next card drawn brings forth the image of something akin to the sun, a pure, innocent child, symbolizing the ability for both of you to bring to one another a sense of clarity, playfulness, and openness, free from calculation or pretense. This could describe individuals who are pure at heart, living true to their emotions, or souls who are honest, transparent, and without concealment. The message further conveys that this relationship will be a space where both of you can welcome and accept every facet of each other, including the parts of your past that have carried pain. This includes walking together through the healing of childhood wounds, emotional scars, or heartbreak from past relationships. This bond will become a sanctuary for mutual growth, a foundation where the two of you lift each other up, nurture one another's spirit, and move forward together toward a brighter horizon. For those of you who are currently without a romantic partner, the spread shows that in the future, someone like this will enter your life, a person who mirrors you in many ways and resonates deeply with your soul. The Child card has appeared repeatedly throughout this reading, emphasizing purity and innocence, yet at the same time carrying the spirit of courage, the willingness to take bold steps, and to challenge oneself. This person will not only possess a gentle, untainted essence, but also a strong and determined nature, ready to step into new experiences without fear of hardship. In addition, the card of perseverance and completion has appeared, serving as an affirmation that this is someone with enduring inner strength, an unshakable ability to overcome obstacles, and the persistence to follow through to the very end of the path they have chosen. And remarkably, your energy and theirs align perfectly in this very quality: strength, steadfastness, and an unyielding will to never give up. This reveals that the relationship will go far beyond fleeting emotions. It will be built upon empathy, deep understanding, and a shared determination to walk side by side with unwavering commitment. I feel that this person, your destined counterpart, beyond the purity and steadfastness already revealed, carries a distinctive aura, a special charm that shines brightly, naturally drawing the eyes of others. There is a certain brilliance in their demeanor, a captivating quality that may even bear the mark of individuality and a touch of the charisma found in those who hold significant influence. The Silver card brought me the sensation from the very beginning, the glow of radiance, the light of prominence, the magnetic energy that effortlessly attracts others. This is a trait that will make them a point of light in your eyes, and it will also be one of the key elements that weaves the strong and undeniable bond between the two of you. Next, I asked the deck about the things you should be mindful of, the key points to pay attention to in the coming period, so that your love life or your relationship can grow in a healthy and fulfilling way. The first card that appeared carried the message Release from Wounds, a gentle yet profound reminder that you are, or soon will be, stepping into a stage of healing, freeing yourself from the emotional scars, the painful memories, or the inner traumas that have been holding you back. This includes wounds from past relationships, negative experiences, or deeply hurtful moments that may have made you guarded, cautious, or defensive when it comes to love. Although my question was framed in the sense of what to watch out for or avoid, the energy of this card leans far more toward reassurance. It seems to be telling you not to worry, because this process of healing will unfold naturally, almost as if guided by a quiet, benevolent force. The deck feels as though it wants to say, it is not only about remaining vigilant to protect yourself, but also about trusting that you are already moving out of those shadows, gradually stepping into the light. I drew another card, and the lily appeared, a symbol of purity, dignity, and inner strength. This shows that you will grow to cherish yourself more deeply, to honor your own worth, and to guard the sacred value of who you are. It carries the assurance that you will no longer allow anyone to dismiss, undermine, or diminish you. Your energy will be one of graceful self-respect, quiet confidence, and an unshakable awareness of your own value. Drawing further, the rainbow card emerges, a breathtaking image of hope, of light breaking through after the rain. What is particularly striking is that cards numbered 1 and 2 have appeared in direct succession, with card number 1 being the child. This emphasizes that the healing process will begin at its very root, from the memories, the values, the thoughts, and the emotions that were formed in your earliest years. The child represents innocence and the imprints of the past, and when the rainbow shines over it, it signifies that the light of compassion, love, and healing will bathe those old wounds. The message here is clear. You will have the chance to free yourself from the bindings of the spirit, to release the chains of past memories, and to step into a new chapter lighter, freer, and filled with ease. Not only that, the spread also reminds you that you will learn how to protect yourself more effectively, both emotionally and spiritually, and that there will be someone by your side, ready to stand as your shield and your shelter. This could be a life partner, a lover, or a deeply trusted person who supports you wholeheartedly. They will not allow anyone the chance to harm you, and they will walk with you in safeguarding the boundaries that keep your soul safe. I will close the reading for those of you in pile 3 here. I am sincerely grateful that you have stayed with me until the very end. Today's reading is not only a message from the universe, but also a bridge connecting us, kindred souls who are seeking understanding and deeper connection in life. If you feel that your heart has been touched, even if only a little, leave a comment or a symbol you love, just so I know you are here and that the message has found its way to you. Don't forget to press like and subscribe to the channel as a way of supporting me. Your companionship is truly an invaluable gift for the spirit, a powerful source of motivation that inspires me to continue bringing you ever deeper, ever more meaningful readings. I look forward to seeing you again in the upcoming readings.